I've been thinking about it daily, I'm an addict and it feels so bad, but it's good at the same time. Thinking like my favorite drug, favorite word, favorite song, favorite horn, you the beat to my damn rhymes. I don't know if you know, when I'm with you, I be gone, Look, and you're like a bad habit that I can't shake. Another pill that I know that I shouldn't take. Steady doing when I know that we need a break. But for what? When I know that it's too late. When I know I can't have it and it's tragic, but it feels like magic. God damn, and it feels so good. I guess I'm an addict for your love and a fool for you. Cause girl, you like my damn drug.
What's up, gentlemen? What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
I appreciate everybody tuning in here. For those of you that are joining us on this Monday, May 1st, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Central is the best time.
Yes,
it is. You know, because
now you're still an hour behind.
Yeah.
You're
always
behind, brother.
The crazy thing is I'm an hour behind, but I'm still kind of ahead. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm always forward thinking, you know, never look behind me like, you know, California. Who wants to look that way, right? No, but hey guys,
at least you're ahead of those guys. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're trying to fall in here into the States here, right? Or into Texas. But hey guys, tonight we've got some special guests here. You know, of course, everybody knows Chris. Everybody hates Chris. You guys remember that show? Remember Chris Rock? Everybody loves Chris. Yeah. Everybody loves Raymond.
Care if you hate me or not.
Hey, Chris has really come on the scene, and if you guys aren't subscribed to his channel, guys, head over and subscribe to Chris's channel. He is the man that has the 5-hour lives.
Yes, he is.
Well, I can talk.
Yeah, man.
He does. Yeah, he does. I thought I talked. This joker, I'm trying to get off. I'm sending a message, bro. I got to go. My wife's calling.
It's all just fun. It's just good fun, man. That's why.
Nah, man, you definitely bring a lot to the table, man. So
it is a lot of fun.
If you guys haven't done it, head on over and subscribe to Chris. That way you can get notified anytime he goes live. He's always got some good stuff to say. Always learn something when I talk to this gentleman. So appreciate you being here, Chris.
Every time.
Yeah, man.
And then we've got I Love Peanut Butter and Crypto. If you guys don't know this guy, he's actually he's part of the Vulcan community. That's where I met him. He loves crypto. He absolutely loves peanut butter. I mean, if you watch his videos, if you check out his YouTube channel, you can definitely a testament to that. But at the end of the day, he's a business owner. He's an entrepreneur, so he fits in this circle very well because
great addition.
Yeah, when we're talking shop, he knows what we're talking about. He gets where we're coming from, which is great because now I know I'm not crazy in most cases. So
and he's putting a turbo on a 350. So
and then now he's trying to show off.
So how can you not love the guy? Right?
Yeah, I mean, why? You know, it's not like why. It's like when. Right? Yeah.
There's a good one.
Yep. And then we've got one of my favorite guys in the UK. We've got Milky. Everybody knows Milky, right? This guy right here. Guys, he's part of the Property Flex project that NR and myself, and we have an actual new team member that we're excited to introduce you guys to. Hopefully he can join us.
I think he shot me a text and said he's still on the road, so I think Crypto Legend is not going to be able to make it.
Okay, not a problem.
So he said he was still on the road, and I think we could even probably Don Milkey is the founder of Property Flex, I think, at that
Oh,
point.
heck yeah, he is. I was just
Yeah.
actually telling him that, backstage.
Yeah.
Wasn't I, Milky? I literally was telling you that, bro.
He did.
Yeah,
Okay.
he is. Milky's basically the founder of Property Flex.
He
and
is, man.
For some strange reason, he reached out to myself and Kryptonian.
I don't know what he was thinking.
I don't know what he was thinking there either.
Yeah, and when of course NR and I love this. We love crypto. We love blockchain technology. We love the communities that we get to reach out to and talk with. But at the end of the day, we love life, and our personalities are this is like, if I'm bored, I need to go do something because I'm bored. And I love building things, and if I can build a company, manage a company, run a company, I'm all in. And then I'm thinking, I thought I had it all figured out until this guy, Milky, says, I've got an idea. And I'm like, well, I haven't actually done that before, but count me in,
Yeah.
So to me, it's a challenge, and that's where I thrive, But it's
And I know, like me, Kryptonian, I know when you were presented the idea, I know I fell in love.
Oh, I did too. Oh, yeah.
With the Property Flex idea. And then, fast forward a little bit, we added the fourth team member. He pretty much approached me with the same idea, didn't even know about Property Flex. And we just kind of decided to merge. And I feel like he was a great addition as well. And between the four of us, I think we got this thing pretty much locked down.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah,
I think it's going to be nice to be able to obviously finally talk about it, because it's been going on in the background for so long.
Yeah.
And it's just like we've just been eking little bits and bobs out, and then all of a sudden, like, let's just tell people what we're doing, and let's just see if they think it's as good as idea. Because, like I said, an idea is just an idea without traction, and that's why I grabbed you two guys, because you can create that traction, and I didn't have that kind of link, and actually, obviously, the more I've got to know you guys behind the scenes, that I chose the right guys. I was incredibly lucky, and I'm
appreciate that, man.
Appreciate
that. Yeah, we're lucky to have you, man. We're we're blessed that you asked us, and man, I see nothing but big things in the future, not just for us, but for anybody that jumps in the project with us.
Yeah,
I just wish that I was able to sit there and drink whiskey your time, but it's like what
1 in the morning. He's drinking coffee. Yeah. Well, he's drinking actually. Was it
milk?
English tea, Earl Grey. Yeah,
Earl Grey. Yeah, he's probably got some. We got some
scones or some shit.
Guys, I don't have the breaking news intro that Chris does, but we do have a special guest here. I don't know if you can hear us. Not. You may want to adjust that camera there, Richard.
Bring it up. There you go. Let's see that beautiful smile.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go. All right, guys, what's going on, buddy?
I am doing great. I am actually driving, and I apologize, but I didn't want to miss this. And I've been on a 12-hour drive, and I got my last hour in here, so I didn't want to miss this and see you guys.
You know one thing that I can actually hear 100 miles away is that Canadian accent, bro. You guys all sound the same. I thought Milky and TCL sounded like the same guy, but no, bro, it's the Canadians, and they have the same accent.
That's good.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I appreciate you joining, and especially in the car. I think this community is well known for doing an AMA while in the car. Right, Prado? Right, Greek? We got that shit down, bro. You know what? People clown us for it, but they just don't realize, man, we're trying to get the information out.
That's commitment, man.
Hell yeah. And it's almost saying, and that's commitment, man. And it's exactly what it is. So
hell yeah.
I love it, man. I love it.
Prado's like, shit, man, I'll do it from anywhere. So Richard, Richard's handle is Crypto Legend. If you guys don't know, he's up there as Richard. Vulcan community, you may know him as Crypto Legend. He is the 4th addition to the Property Flex team. Thankfully, he was able to join us.
Yep.
That's great. You guys all helped out.
Oh, kind of breaking up a little bit, bud. I don't know if that's
you're sounding like Barry's Gimp.
Yeah, I can just hear your mic kind of is rubbing up against something. But what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to talk about a couple of things tonight. We're going to be talking about the Prysm blockchain. We've got some great updates for you guys on that.
Yeah,
and
man.
just as exciting, we're going to be talking about Property Flex because we've got some great updates on that. And there are two completely different projects that NR and myself are involved in. Of course, Milky's involved in this as well. We've got Richard also. You guys are I think he's adjusting his mic. So we're going to kind of give you guys the skinny on everything. If you got questions about Prysm and of course about Property Flex, now's the time to ask because we're going to do our best to give you the answers you're looking for.
And as
what
Milky said, this is really the first time we're talking about Property Flex. So
it is,
you know,
it is.
hopefully we get a lot of questions.
Well, I know, I'm sure we will. I can't wait to bring it. You know, and I will say this, guys. I had a gentleman ask me some questions about Prysm, and he was pretty straightforward. He's like, "Hey, before we go live, I got some questions. I know you said do your own research, so I did." He went and basically went and Googled blockchains, layer zero, and he had some pretty damn good questions. I'm not going to call him out. You're watching and you know who you are. But there, a lot of the questions that were asked, they were actually answered on a video that we showed last week, and it was about the Cosmos. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, one of the questions that was asked is how does the how would the block? I'm going to ask the question. Let me see. How does your blockchain handle interoperability with other blockchain networks, and what measures are in place to ensure compatibility? Well, that's a damn good question, especially when you're talking about layer zero blockchains. And I can sit there and try to talk tech to you, but I'm a very visual person. I need to see it. So what I'm going to do, guys.
Most men are Kryptonian.
Of
Most
course,
men are.
we're absolutely, all of us are visual, right? What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to show you the video that I played last week. So this is going to be talking about why we are going layer zero. So
Good call.
Here it goes.
Welcome to Cosmos, the foundation for a new token economy. Blockchain tooling has steadily evolved over the last decade, beginning with the birth of Bitcoin. Bitcoin radically revolutionized the way the world could make payments. It introduced the invention of the blockchain, which spurred the creation of every other cryptocurrency since. Its codebase, however, wasn't designed for building custom applications. It was for this reason that Ethereum was built. It spurred the next wave of tooling by combining rich smart contracts with the blockchain. Because of its programmability, Ethereum catalyzed an explosion of new decentralized apps into its ecosystem. But still to this day, economic activity that occurs on siloed blockchains like Ethereum or Bitcoin are confined to their own chains. Cosmos is building the foundation for a globalized, interconnected token economy. To make this happen, Cosmos provides these tools: a communication protocol, a consensus engine, and a software development kit for building customized blockchains. Cosmos offers each blockchain their own sovereignty, meaning your application can be custom built for your users, governed by your users. The Cosmos SDK is the tool that gives developers the ability to create sovereign blockchains with plug-and-play modules to ultimately launch their very own token economies. An example blockchain built with this SDK is the Cosmos Hub. The Cosmos Hub features the latest generation of technology like BFT consensus, proof of stake, and on-chain governance. The Cosmos SDK gives your blockchain the ability to connect to other sovereign blockchain applications through IBC. Using these tools, new blockchain applications can be built at record speed, connecting and transferring data and assets with each other for the first time in history. With Cosmos, blockchain technology has the power to revolutionize open finance, prediction markets, cross-border payments, healthcare, real estate, and more. Contribute to the Cosmos vision for a world of explosive economic growth through the power of connected blockchains. Cosmos, the Internet of blockchains.
There it is, guys. So
It's a great video.
yeah, so we played that again, guys. I know it was about 2.5 minutes or so, but there were some great questions that were sent to us. One of the ones that I just asked and I brought up a few moments ago before we played the video. How is our blockchain? How is a layer zero scalable? What's the governance on it? And we're talking about proof of stake. This video pretty much kind of covers it kind of, I would say, highlights the points. So it's kind of the talking points, and we can go into those points absolutely and elaborate on some things. But this is why we chose the layer zero and specifically the Cosmos Hub, because of the scalability, the proven scalability, right? It is proven because there are hundreds upon hundreds of chains that are actually built on this actual stack of technology, Binance being one of them. I talked about that earlier. And another one would be, I'm hearing some static, guys. Oh, looks like it was.
Yeah, I think that was Richard.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
Just like Prado, he's having all the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And,
well, Prado just started talking.
Yeah.
He's like, how come nobody's paying? Because he mutes his own mic. It's funny.
No, nobody pays him any mind anyway.
Yeah, that's funny. No, but so
we love you, Prado. We love you.
Oh, he knows we do, man. So this video, guys, speaking to some of the questions, I got some more questions I'm going to bring up, but this one covers IBC and why the multi-chain compatibility here. We're able to do away with actual bridges. I think I heard today on someone's live, and I think they were talking about, I think it was One Token. Obviously, Oliver was talking about One Token. They're doing great. I mean, they're booming right now.
I think they're over $1 now. I believe.
Yeah. And I
liquidity's over 60K last time I looked.
It's doing good, man. They're getting a nice little bump, and and people believe in the guy. He seems like a straight up honest guy.
Yeah.
He's willing to do whatever it takes.
I've always liked Oliver.
Yeah,
I mean, he's always been a stand up guy. You could see, I mean, especially when they were having the issues. I mean, you could see the passion that the guy came with.
Oh yeah,
the emotion, and you could just tell how much the guy cared. You know what I mean?
And that's what it takes if you guys are going to be investing in any project, joining any project, believing in any project. The team has to care, and you're going to know that by looking into the team, right? Knowing who they are and all those things.
50%.
And I believe Oliver, he's 100% sincere. So I like.
Then
he
brought on Lucky Charms and Yanni Boy, I believe, who again are big time members of the Vulcan community.
Yeah, they are for forever. That's right.
All the time, and so he's built himself a good little core team there, and
and it's all about accountability, right? So everybody knows who they are in the community. There's no who's your team or whatever. But one of the things that he talked about today when he was talking specifically about One Token, he talked about finding a bridge. Obviously. And he was looking for a bridge to help join other chains, right? And that there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you do when you're a layer 1 or you're on a layer 1 blockchain.
So it's a necessity at that point.
It is a necessity. There is no other way. So that's why we're going layer 0. So we do away with the bridge. It's a straight connection. It's open door. You're on the next chain bottom. You're not having to cross a bridge and be subject to exploits and that extra traffic and extra throughput. You can't really control what's happening with the bridge. Who's actually, who has the keys to that bridge, essentially, simply saying. So
that's also where exploits are sometimes. I mean, in the code and all those types of things.
That's where they hide.
Bridges.
Yeah. So, but there are some safe ones out there, obviously, those that have been proven, and it's not going to happen. But the point is that we're with Prysm chain, that's not a concern for us. That's why we're going layer 0. And one of the other questions that we had that was asked, what about the transaction time? And currently, as we sit on our on-premise network local, it isn't scaled up yet. We were doing like 18,000 transactions per second with the finality of about 3 seconds. Once we scale up. Yeah. So, one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to have about 50 nodes. Is that correct, NR? I think
that's where we're starting at 50.
Yeah, we're starting at 50 nodes. So let's say we launch 50
now
nodes.
That does not include the relay nodes that we'll have running on other networks, on other chains.
Yes, that's correct.
So that'll be just Prysm nodes. The way that we accomplish the inner blockchain capability to go multi-chain is by running relay nodes on those other blockchains. Just so you guys know.
Mm-hmm.
So that 50 nodes does not include those relay nodes. That'll just be Prysm nodes.
Yep, just Prysm nodes. And so as far as throughput, that's the advantage of, if you think about a layer 1, when they can't handle the throughput, what do they have to do? It has to get forked to a layer 2. I mean, it is what it is. That's the problem with EVM technology, which is what Ethereum and of course, Binance, it's scalable, but up to a point.
It's scalable, but limited.
There you go. There it is.
Scalable, but limited to some degree.
We're not going to have that. We're not going to have that with IBC, with the IBC protocol or technology. We're not going to have that limitation, at least not now, unless everybody went IBC, right? But but at it on its surface, that's why we chose layer 0, because we're not going to have to worry about that, but we're excited about that. That's one of the things as far as the questions that we had. What about transaction time? I'll just kind of reiterate it. On premise, it's 18,000 per transaction per second. We are expecting, was it 3 to 5 once we scale up, right?
Well, we're expecting a 3-second finality of the transaction, and I want to say once we scale up about maybe 12,000 transactions per second, 10 to 12 per second, and with a finality at 3 seconds.
There it is.
Meaning from beginning of transaction to the end, about a 3-second time window, which is pretty damn quick.
Yeah, it is. It is. And one of the other questions was, how does your blockchain ensure the security and prevention of attacks such as double spending and 51% attacks, right?
So Kryptonian and I will be there packing heat. That's the security.
Yeah, I'll have an arm brace.
I figured that was your
If it doesn't get banned, if I don't have to destroy it at the end of the month, but or trade it in or whatever, sell it, whatever I got to do. But that has a lot to do with why we're starting off with 50 nodes. And my understanding on how we're doing this. So in order to become a node, like right now, I mean, with other change, specifically those in this community know, you bought an NFT, then now you own access to the network. You bought an NFT that basically gives you access to spin up a server and join their network as a node. With what we're doing, that's not needed. We're not selling any NFTs. There is some bootstrapping going along. We'll talk. Is that what it's called, bootstrapping? But we'll explain that in a second. But at the end of the day, we're actually wanting those that actually run nodes for a living, and it's going to be a more seasoned vet.
I guess you would almost call it like open source.
It is open source.
Anyone who wants to spin up a node can. It doesn't necessarily mean you should, but it means you can.
Right. And of course, understandingly that if you're part of that 50, we're starting with 50. And if your node is involved in any shenanigans, you will be dropped,
You'll be kicked off.
You'll be kicked off. So that's gonna, I mean, and that's where the self-regulation, that's where the self-regulation comes in. When I'm talking about the code does it, the network notices like number 50 over here.
Yeah. It's self-policing, and
self-policing,
explaining that it's self-policing. Yeah.
Yep. Let's say you're number 15, right? You're node number 15, and you're not running updates. You just kind of threw it up there. It's spinning. Your reputation's down the tank. I mean, all kinds of issues, right?
You're going to drop.
You're going to drop. And if you're dropping down the list, well, you're not receiving rewards. You have to keep up your server to a level, to a quality of service that is expected. Sure. There is a service level agreement. If you guys know what that is, that your node will have to actually meet to benefit from the network.
And if you don't node, now you node.
Well, so what happens?
How's it going, bro?
That's funny.
You node.
What would happen to a person who would stake on a node, and the node person goes defunct? What happens to the investors who are staking on that node?
If you're talking about like, I'm running a node, let me go through
right, I put my purchases on
your coins onto his node.
It's called a coin, right? Yeah.
Coin.
And then you go to defunct. Then I know he gets kicked off. Where do I go with my finances?
Well, your tokens, all right, are on the wallet, right? They're actually, it's on the blockchain. So you would just move them to another node.
Yeah. And basically you would just move them over to another node that's higher up. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
In fact, I think TCL just said the exact same thing.
Yep. There it is.
So,
there it is.
You'll have to move your stake to another node. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, there'll be a little bit of competition as far as staking. So ones that are, have more staked in them and have a good reputation, they're going to rank higher. So, if you want to throw an extra 100,000 tokens and get moved up the line there, that's doable. So people are going to have to keep up with the Nodeses.
Right.
Instead of the Joneses. Got all the corny jokes tonight, baby.
Straight out of the 90s. Straight out of the 90s.
Jameson's rolling, baby.
And y'all did say once a person stakes in a node, they're not locked in. Like I stake in another company.
You're not locked in for a time period, no.
Yeah, if I want to withdraw, I have a 28-day withdrawal exiting process.
No, you're never separated from your assets. Guys.
That's for people. It's important to people, I think.
It's super important to people. If you want to just look at the last few months,
Yeah, and
that's been all the drama, is like with multiple projects out there, even blockchains. Well, I think I heard today, I was on Fowler's live today, and he had Mark from the BNB pod, I think the gambling app or the site. I mean, what was it called? What was it, you guys?
BNB pot?
Yeah, BNB pot. I like that. That's actually pretty cool, right? It's all the roulette stuff going on. But I think he talked about other chains that are vesting, and they were talking. I'm all for vesting. You guys, you guys already know that. But I understand why it's there. There's a method to that madness. But at the same time, if I could get access to my tokens or coins, I'd love to be able to do that, right?
Sure.
With Prysm, you'll never be separated from your assets.
And this is this is one of those things that when building this, we looked at what are some things that we don't like about existing platforms, existing blockchains. How can we be different and incorporate things that we don't like and things that we would like to see? And that's what's cool is we're kind of building this thing from the ground up, and we all kind of have a say of, hey, do you like this idea? Do you like that idea? What do you like? What don't you like? And it's custom tailored to what the core team wants to see in a blockchain. And that's what's so cool and exciting, because we're taking all of our ideas plus all of the community's ideas that we're getting feedback from, and TCL is just going wild with it. Really, I mean, it's pretty awesome. Yeah,
it's definitely awesome. And like you said, we're looking for we're building what we wanted to see in other blockchains and other networks. We're not the cure to cancer, guys. We're building not yet. What we're building, what we want.
It's already out there. It's already out there.
It is already. That's Wednesday show, bro. Wednesday show.
I know.
Don't get me started, man. We talked about this. I gotta stay on point, man. I was given a script.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just joking.
TCL is gonna spank us after the show.
Well, I mean, he spanks you. I watch. I thought we talked about that, but anyways, guys.
I film.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, guys, we're building a chain that we want as a community. It isn't like TCL has this idea. It's the community. Everyone's talked about this. So it's basically it's a culmination of multiple conversations with people in our community. Hundreds of people that are like, man, I wish this, I wish that, I wish this. So that's what we're building.
Consistent feedback. At tweaking it, man. It's that's what's cool about it. That's what's super cool about it.
It's true organic and grassroots then, right?
Yeah, man. Really, that's a great way to put it. Yeah. And the cool thing is, I want to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kryptonian, but last Monday we were talking about 2 weeks for a test net.
Oh yeah.
And we're still kind of on that schedule. So maybe another week and a half. You guys might see a test net.
Yeah, and this is coming from our senior developers.
Yep.
So this is them telling us. We asked, hey guys, this is where we at. They told us, like you said, the last time we did the last live last Monday, we were 2 weeks out. Now we're on the following Monday. Now we're about a week out. So we're excited about that. Providing, everything goes as planned, we should be right on point, which is super exciting for the community. Yeah, so you better be stacking up on that ARM. That's all I'm saying, because ARM is going to help get you into Prysm. I saw a question here.
Correct.
From Ashley. She says, my bad, guys. So how do I be a part of the Prysm node by buying ARM coins and getting airdropped Prysm coins and one slot? So she's asking kind of a couple of questions here. So Prysm coins aren't for sale now, right? But there is a pre-sale, so to speak, and that's buying ARM. So if you hold ARM right now, there is going to be a swap or an airdrop. So the more ARM you hold, the more Prysm you will hold. Once we do that airdrop. So
am I correct? There may be a snapshot tonight.
There was already, I believe there was already a snapshot.
There was already one today.
Yeah, there was already a snapshot. Yep. I'll bring up.
I saw something about that.
He sent me some information on that. I'll bring that up here in a bit. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your question, Ashley. So right now, we're once we bring out testnet, we're still going to be going up to the mainnet process, obviously. So right now, if you want to get in early on Prysm, ARM is the way, and if you look at ARM now, I was corrected yesterday, if you remember, Chris. I said the wrong numbers. I said we're 55x. We're actually at about 88.
80. Yeah, I was gonna say it's about 88. And Ashley, to answer the second part of that, as far as being a part of the Prysm node, there are two ways you can spin up your own. I think Kryptonian and I agree that That's more so left to kind of the professionals that kind of do that on a regular basis, because there is some coding and things of that. There's some script that you got to run, things of that nature. So if you're going to run a node, you may want to have some of that background. Of course, we'll have a centralized location, which will have information, but it'll require some skills to run the node. Let's put it that way. So if you want to be a part of a node, once you buy your ARM, you get into that pre-sale, you get airdropped your Prysm, you can stake your Prysm then into one of those 50 nodes we have running, and you'll get rewards for that. So that's how you can be part of a Prysm node without actually running it. And again, just like Bitcoin, people aren't going, hey, I wish I ran a Bitcoin node. People are saying, hey, I wish I bought and held Bitcoin. And this is exactly that opportunity, is to get into something. And I'm not comparing us to Bitcoin, guys. Yeah. I'm just saying it's very similar to, hey, you're that early in this blockchain.
It's a very good,
I can say that I feel the way I felt about Bitcoin early on, I feel similar to Prysm.
Yeah, them tingly testicles, do you?
Yeah. Testicle. Remember, he had one removed, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Chris. Breaking news. Chris has one testicle. I'm not going to do it to you, bro. I'm not going to do it to you, bro.
You know what? I'll do it to us all.
I love that. I love that.
Chris,
and he kicked himself off. Yeah. Look, he kicked himself off. Yeah.
Breaking news. Chris left us.
Breaking news. Chris kicked himself off.
Funny, man.
He took his ball and went home.
He took his ball and went home. That was good, peanut butter.
Took his ball and went home.
Literally.
There's a question from Sky High if you want to bring it up. I think you kind of answered that question, right, Dinar? Did we answer that?
I think so.
Did we answer that question for you, Sky High? So is the token allotment like ARM? Oh, maybe he's asking if so.
You mean like a 1-for-1 on the airdrop?
Right. Right. That's probably what he's asking, okay. I think. And we're not sure yet. But but I will say this: if you hold $1,000 of ARM, you will get $1,000 of
Monetarily.
Yeah. The money will be the same as far as the allotment. We're still working that out. So. And we'll be closer to that number as we get closer to.
So Chris is going to change his name to Ball Deep.
Ball.
Welcome, Mr. Uniball.
Like minus ball or something, like negative ball.
So Balls Deep is asking, how many potential layer ones or projects have touched base with y'all about running on Prysm? So I can say just me personally. In fact, I talked to someone today about a potential partnership.
Hold on.
Really
breaking
big
news. Breaking news. Wait.
There you go.
Wait. Sorry, Chris. Would you be on it, please?
You got it. Oh wait.
What did you want me to do?
Oh, but this guy's ain't paying attention, man. This guy. Well, that popped my bubble.
I'm in the middle of buying ARM, dude. I'm like,
bro, why you got to embarrass me like that? I'm sorry. Carry on. But what were you saying? NR had an announcement. And you're drinking, bro.
That's a great addition, man. Yeah. That's a great addition. I love that.
Yeah. So
thanks for sharing that one, Chris.
Yeah, of course, man. So the question is from Balls Deep or Ball Deep or Uniball, whatever your name is now. What's up, Balls Deep? But how many potential layer ones, right? It has actually reached out or talking with Prysm, and this is where NR comes in with his news. So there you go.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say who it is because we don't have a partnership yet, but. I was actually speaking to some higher ups today with a specific project that's out there, a specific blockchain that's coming out soon. And, potentially there's some talks there of a good partnership there. We also have, I saw a question earlier about Property Flex coming out on Prysm. That is something we're going to be looking into as well. I can't say yes or no because we're still working out all those details, but ultimately, obviously, Kryptonian and I and Milky are in Property Flex along with Richard, Crypto Legend, and Kryptonian and I are part of building Prysm. So it would just kind of make sense to bring the project to Prysm as well. So most likely you're going to see Property Flex join Prysm. There's some other projects out there that we've been speaking with, so we don't necessarily have a number. I mean, and I don't want to be too aggressive with the news or anything like that, or with the information, just in case it doesn't come to fruition.
Yeah,
but we are in talks, and there's some really cool things happening behind the scenes. Let's just say that. And as things solidify, we'll definitely share that news. And
is it safe to say, though, NR, that they actually brought it up to you? They actually reached out to you.
They did reach out to me.
Okay, and that's what's important, because, guys, we haven't even launched testnet, and they've already just kind of they've been watching us talk about Prysm, just as you guys are. Everything that we're telling you is what we've told them, and they're interested. Right. So that tells me that,
cool.
Which is very cool, because
we're not chasing them down; they're chasing us down.
Right. So that just kind of speaks.
They need us more than we need them.
There it is, and you guys know I say it all the time. You know, I say it all the time. But we appreciate.
I know you do. That's why I had to say it.
But you know what? Sky High actually wanted to clear up his question. He says no.
Right on.
He goes, I meant when I heard TCL talking about ARM, he said that the team was not getting any free tokens. Every token is paid for, and that is 1,000% correct.
150 million.
There are no team tokens, guys. There wasn't
team.
10% is not going to the team whenever they do the airdrop. What I got is what I got. Okay.
And when Kryptonium, myself, TCL, when we get tokens, we're buying on the free market, just like you guys.
Just like you guys. There ain't nothing. There ain't no freebies.
Nobody's getting any edge or getting any free shit to dump on you guys. No free dev tokens. None of that shit.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And that's
no secret wallets, none of that shit, man.
Yeah, and and that's one of the reasons why I love what we're doing, because I can, with a straight face, tell you every token I own of ARM I paid for personally on my wallet.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know this yet, I hope you guys have followed myself and Kryptonian and even Chris Cruz, Peanut Butter, and Milky. I'm sure I speak for these guys, but what's very important to me is my word is my bond. Without that, I have nothing. So if you can't take me at face value at what I say, then I shouldn't even be up here. I wouldn't want you guys to invest in my project. I hope you wouldn't. But my word is my bond. If I tell you something, that's concrete, guys. That is concrete. Even if I got to come out of my own pocket to make whatever I say come to fruition, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't say things I don't mean. And I know the same goes true for everyone up here on the panel.
Oh, yeah. I don't say, me, guys, belief is the enemy of knowing. And I don't say anything I don't believe and know that I know why I believe it. And I believe in this, And I believe, most importantly, you guys have heard me talk about this since I've met you guys, is that they need us more than we need them. And, okay, how does that relate to the projects that I'm in now? Because at the end of the day, if I don't bring a real good, solid, I would say a solid project with utility that brings real value, that adds value to your life, then I'm doing you a disservice. So anything that I bring and I actually get behind, I'm actually looking at it from your perspective. Would I get into this? Why? Not only would I get into it, why would I get into it? What does this project do to my actual 10-year plan, 5-year plan? Is it actually going to generate wealth for me? Generate some sort of revenue, or another stream of income? If it doesn't do these things that add value to my life to get me to where I can actually live my life, right, and I have to work every day, and then I'm not going to bring it to you guys. So then it
would have been a waste of time.
Yeah, of course.
So
we want to bring something that benefits everybody, and that's what we're bringing.
And that comes back to, like Peanut Butter was saying, it being kind of a grassroots kind of project, because that's one of the biggest things that we kept hearing from the community is there's every time I get into a project, they either gave free tokens to a dev or the team kept a bunch of tokens, and then I got dumped on. I lost a bunch of money because when I jumped in, the chart went the opposite way. And that we heard that over and over and over again. So we said, you know what, guys, we're not going to do that shit. We're going to make it an even playing field, and there we are.
Yep.
Look, Daniel called you guys creepy.
He says, no, he didn't call it. He says, got to go to creepy guys. Apparently, he has some guys at his house.
Oh, he's going to his bedroom.
Well, his wife's out of town. She's on vacation. That means he's got to go to the creepy guy's house because he's so tired, right? And he'll listen when he wakes up. So, hey, Daniel, bro. Hey, do what you got to do, bro. It's 2023, brother.
We
Just
love
kidding,
you,
bro.
DP. Have a good night,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, good
We
night,
love you,
brother.
brother.
Yeah, he'll definitely listen in the morning, man. He's a man of his word. So appreciate you tuning in though when you did, bro. But guys, that's pretty much that's as far as Prysm Chain. I mean, we're excited about it, right? We've got to, load up on ARM if you can, if it's well within your means. I'm doing it. I mean, I'm not going to ask you to do anything I wouldn't do, and I'm not going to say it's not financial advice because it's not. I'm just telling you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. At the end of the day, I'm in it to win it. At the end of the day, because I believe in where Prysm is going. So, and I hope you guys can actually catch the vision that what we're throwing out there, because we have big plans for this blockchain. Big plans. This isn't we're just going to launch a blockchain and see what happens. It's we're going to launch this blockchain and we're going to make things happen. There's a difference, and that's the mindset that we bring. That's the team that's backing this up. You see my face, you see NRs, TCL, Randall is another member of the core team. If you haven't met him, you will soon, and all crap. I must be saying something wrong because because somebody actually had to join. Hold on one second. And we have a special guest.
It's you guys doing these later shows, man. I'm in bed watching. I'm like, I need to go on this live. I need to go on this live.
We do this shit on purpose, man, just so you get no sleep.
I get the feeling you do. I get this feeling you do. You're right.
What are you talking about? We used to be on live until like 2 a.m. with you, bro. What are you talking about? This is like midway through the show.
Yeah, the sun's coming up, and you're still cracking jokes.
What's up, TCL?
So I'm all right. I'm okay. Yeah, I sent you a link, by the way, something you can show about the staking.
Okay, cool. Let me see. Did you send it to the comments?
Did you put it in Telegram?
I put it in Telegram, I think. Let me see. There you go. Bring that up. There you go. So you can show people, an example of what you can do with your Prysm coins.
All right, give me a moment. I'm gonna pull it up.
And as regards to what Sky High was asking about allocations, so obviously the chain will need to have funds that it'll have a community pool, it will have a treasury, it'll have an allocation for the airdrop. We need an allocation for developer funds, also one for grants, bug bounties, also seed LP as well. So this is the Kajura staking apps. This is their nodes on their network, and you can see you've got the top nodes there, and then obviously the amount that's staked goes less and less further down. You can see the commission on them as well that they earn for the stake coins. So that's going to be the similar sort of thing we're going to have for Prysm, basically. This is the interface I like the most, so we'll probably have something similar to this.
I agree. It's nice and clean.
Yeah,
we've talked about that as far as the interface. So now, I think we had another question about the reward schedule. I think from Ashley. Ashley, thank you for always tuning in and always being a supporter. We appreciate you. Do you know what that is? Is the rewards going to be similar to what you're seeing here on Kajura?
Yeah. So it'll be the commission is. We're not going to have anything that's set too high. If a node wants to set their commission, stupid above 10%, then it won't be allowed. So
you're going to so that's
if you
up
have
to
it too,
the node operator?
The node operator chooses their commission,
okay.
but they would. I mean, people would move their stake anyway if the commission was too high.
Nothing over 10%. You say we're going to limit it to that?
Yeah. But I mean, naturally it would do anyway. Like the whole network decides essentially who validates just by moving their own coins around. So it's completely decentralized.
I was going to say, which again leads back to decentralization. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of dog eat dog world. Like it's very competitive. That's what the guys that do this for a living, So you set your commission less, people will move to your node, But there will be obviously because it's a chain, there will be like a treasury and there will be allocation, but there'll all be multi-sigs and stuff, so it'll all be secure.
Yep.
And if you look at for instance, now we're moving into the admin stage, looking at like grants and stuff. So if I send you another link, Kryptonian, you can bring this one up. So this is Stargaze. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. That was good. I was checking that one out earlier. Yeah. Yeah,
so Stargaze put in a proposal for like $725,000 to seed their LP, and it got approved by Osmosis, which is one of the biggest dexes in Cosmos. So if you bring that up, you can see the proposal. So that's the kind of admin stage we're in at the moment, whilst we're finishing up getting to public testnet. So
and we're going to be doing these types of things.
These are the things that, So these are the kind of things that we'll be putting in towards Cosmos. So Cosmos is a massive ecosystem for people that don't know, and they all kind of support each other. But it's also business as well. Osmosis is making money on this. They get fees from the LP and stuff. But Stargaze, that was approved. That was to help seed their LP. So talking about projects and stuff launching on Prysm, we just need to kind of get walking before we can run. So we need to make sure we've got everything in place first.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all I was gonna just jump on and say.
Now you can go to sleep.
Well, yeah. And the other thing is, like, I'm working really hard 24/7 and doing my 9 to 5. So I want to get as you know, my family's in Italy. I sent them away so I could work on this for the last month and a half, and I want them home. So testnet is when I book flights.
Commitment. I sent my family away to do this shit.
Yep, and that is the damn truth. The guy actually did that. So he believes in this project, guys, which is
that, or he doesn't like his family, but I don't. I don't think it's that.
It's nice knowing where everything is where it should be when I leave the house and I come back. No one's stealing my peanuts or drinking my juice.
Well, you don't have no more good pasta because you used it all.
And watch it.
Do you know I've been living off for the past week, just peanut butter and Jello sandwiches.
Did you say Jello sandwiches?
Jello?
Well, we say peanut butter and jam, but I know they're peanut butter and Jello. So I said Jello for you because you're American.
Jelly.
Oh, is it jelly? Is it? Oh, is it peanut butter and jelly? Is it?
Yeah.
Jello is jelly, isn't it? Yeah, it's the jelly. Is the actual jelly.
I like jam. My wife actually gets jam over jelly, so I'm like, gotta compromise.
Look, Milky's here.
That Bill Cosby stuff.
What's up? Yeah, Milky's here, man.
Milky is here. Look at him.
I'm just listening to your attempts at going bilingual and messing it up, and I was like, oh, Jello, what are you doing?
Oh man, you guys need a minute?
Yeah, Milky looks like he's having an interview with that property flex behind him.
I'm gonna put you guys right next to each other. Can you
name a time when you've kind of gone above and beyond the role, Milky? Can you tell us when you've done more than this?
We'll see how the interview goes in a little bit when I've given some information to the people who've been waiting. That's all, because I know. I know they've been waiting for a long time for this, so we'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, check this out, TCL. You got some super chat.
Yeah.
Well, I was in bed until I heard these two. Jesus Christ.
Thanks, DCL. Thanks, man. Thanks.
He interrupted my live yesterday. Well, it was actually Chris's live. Apparently the guy doesn't like what I have to say. But it's all good, man. Whatever I got to do to get you back on YouTube, I told your ass, I will get you back on YouTube. And here he is, guys. Yes, I delivered. Told you guys.
Ashley doesn't want him here. Ashley says, "Go away."
Yeah. She wants me to go to sleep. I will sleep.
I think she's doing it out of caring for the guy, saying, "Hey, man, go get some sleep." We love what we see.
Yeah.
So,
but Property Flex, though, hey, this is your first announcement of Property Flex, isn't it?
It is, man. It is. Yeah, the first official. We've talked about it, in passing, fluidly, but we're actually going to give some pretty good details tonight, and we're excited about it. It has a lot to do with what we're. It's the cool thing about it is TCL. It's the same energy that we're pushing towards Prysm and ARM is the same energy we're pushing towards Property Flex. So that's why we're so excited about it, because we believe in both of them equally. So we're
love to see a marriage of the two together at some point in the future. I think that would be awesome.
That would be.
It would be nice. It would be nice.
Actually, we'll put you on. You'll be in the center because you're the man, Milky. So there
you go.
What we'll do is we'll interview TCL in the Prysm chain, and we'll see whether it's good enough.
There you go.
I want to get my fucking family back.
until you get them all back here, and you're gonna be like, "Go back, go." Back.
My wife's always like, "It's a node working, amore. Can I come home?"
Yeah, because when she left, we were still working on the node. Remember that? One node.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember you driving home. You rushing across. You're driving hours just to work on that one node. I remember that night, man.
Yeah.
4 hours later.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
You did tell her.
What's Chris doing? Is he buying ARM? Is he? Did you say he was buying some ARM?
Yeah, I actually am right now.
Oh, Well, there you go.
He's
See,
been DCAing into
7.
ARM for a while now.
Yeah,
he has.
yeah.
I missed
He
it
has.
this morning, so
Yeah.
This guy here,
Arm's
man.
little.
7. Really, bro? I mean, you really want to do this right now?
That's Wednesday. That's Wednesday.
That's
Wednesday, man.
That's Wednesday.
Wednesday. It's probably going to be hindered in any way. I never said the Earth was flat, bro. Never even said that. But I did say that. If NASA has anything,
though, isn't it?
What's that?
You can build loads of properties if it's flat Earth. You can just keep building properties, can't you?
Property values would drop because there's more land. But as long as NASA doesn't get involved in my blockchain, I'll be happy. Then it's all good. It's all great. I just don't trust those guys, man. You jerk! You freaking 7 Cs, bro. I didn't. I just brought it up. I didn't even read it. You know. Always does that shit to me. He used to do that shit to me all the time in the Discord. It's pretty funny.
He's got a great sense of humor, man.
Yeah, he does.
He really does. Yeah.
He's a funny guy. Very funny guy. So come on, then. Tell us more about Property Flex.
Yeah.
While I'm
All right.
here.
All right. Well, let's do it. Yeah.
Why don't we do this, Milky? Why don't you start with telling the people some of your experience that you have in the real estate space? I think that'll bring, that'll get everybody kind of warmed up. Why don't you start with that, my man?
Sure. So I'm just excited. I've been waiting for this obviously for a couple of months now, and I threw the idea out there to a couple of people. I know TCL actually saw one of the very first drafts because obviously I respect him and his opinion.
TCL had a lot of input.
Yeah.
TCL had a good bit of input there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and what we've done basically is we've decided to do a project based around, obviously the Property Flex is the name and everything, but yeah, my experience is pretty much since 2003. Bought my first rental property, still on that today. Started off with renting some properties out in the UK, and then went on from renting them out to building a portfolio. Then we started doing flips and refurbs. We started doing that. That went really well. And then just started actually making the next step. We were building new build homes and from scratch. So finding a crappy piece of land, demolishing what was ever on there, putting in for planning, building houses. And at the moment of time of what I'm on live, we're probably building around about, I think it's 55 units at the minute. So it's for multi-millions, obviously, because it's not cheap and it is what it is. But yeah, so I've learned a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've made some expensive mistakes. One of the massive.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you there.
Yeah, right. But sometimes.
So that's marriage for you.
Yeah. But sometimes you can read all the books and you can go on all the courses and it's actually what I call boots on the ground learning, and that's the reality of where you're getting feedback from. So that's where you learn the harsh reality sometimes. And a major part of Property Flex and where we want to go is an educational side of it. And that's not saying we want to sell education or anything. It's not. It's if you're in the project with us and you're invested in the project, you get to look behind the curtain and you get to see everything that goes on from contract signings. And I can do this. I could speak about this for hours and hours, right? But we're.
And am I correct that you actually currently do some things in that space, correct?
Yeah. So, I mean, people can check me out. I mean, I'm quite happy to docs and stuff. So if in the UK, there's the largest property education company is called Progressive Property. Now, I don't work for them, but I got invited to be one of their mentors. So I think there's 9 mentors at the minute for doing various different things. And because I'd used strategic finance and new build properties and refurbs and things, then that's what they asked me to come and advise on. And I mentor mentees. And I'd also do it on the side as well, like a personal one-to-one mentorship as well. So, but again, that education side that I do get paid for from other realms is we're not asking Property Flex to pay for that either. This is something
it's an added bonus. It's 100%. An added bonus. We're bringing something else different to the table. So when you're a part of Property Flex, you're going to get that education basically for free. Ultimately for free. You're going to get that education, and you don't get that from other crowdfunding sources or other things that are doing kind of what we're doing with the fractionalized property investment.
Yeah, and like I said, I will start at the top and I will work my way through it. But just while I'm on that kind of thing is, Yeah, part of it is what we're going to do, and the beauty of having it on the blockchain is the fact that we can show contracts. I mean, it was recently when I signed my first NDA on a blockchain. I had no idea what I was doing, but it's like this is the future, right? So we can show all the contracts, the real world contracts. We can upload it, and everybody can see every single dime and dollar that's going to be spent, and it's 100% traceable. Now, what normally happens with I'm just getting loads of mute. Can you just dial the music down a little bit because it's just putting me off a little bit? Sorry, dude. That's all right. What happens normally when you're doing crowdfunding or you're an investor in real estate in general? You've either got to put like a huge chunk of money in, and you've got to just hope and pray that everything's going to be fine.
Turn it off, man. Sorry about that.
Or there's like normal crowdfunding, which is like $5,000 to $10,000, and you put it in and you might get some information, and 18 months later you get told that the project is delayed, and you've not really heard anything from the property developer and things like that. And what we want to do is we want to give everybody everything all the time, and they can just look it up whenever they want. So there'll still be questions, but there'll be no questions of the build contract was $200,000. So therefore, where is that money being spent? Because it's on the blockchain, and the blockchain never lies, and everybody can see everything. And with the blockchain, there's going to be a marriage of the blockchain and the funds that are in those wallets and the actual real world contracts that we can just marry up together, so people can see when funds are being taken out to pay for things. They can marry it up with the contract and the payment schedules and everything. It's just, there's no way that people can't see what's going on. So I suppose, Kryptonian, I might as well just, you know what I'm like when I get started. I might as well just go.
Just do it, brother. Go for it.
Okay, so I hope you like, because like I said.
Oh, don't worry. I'll shut you down if you get too crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Shut me down.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so what Property Flex is then is it's primarily based, and I had the idea when I was looking at the Vulcan blockchain. I mean, that's where a lot of the community comes from, and that's why it's called Property Flex, is because from my history and everything in real estate, one of the hardest things is dealing with banks, is dealing with large investors as well, because they're illiquid a lot of times, and they want to pull the money back and they want to do things, and it has massive knock-on effects. So I was looking at another way of raising funds, and when I looked at the Vulcan blockchain, the Property Flex, I was like, this is something, and I just had the idea, and I kind of rolled with it over a number of days, weeks. And in essence, what you're doing is you're going to buy an NFT. That NFT is then converted into Vol, the native coin on the Vulcan blockchain, which then is in the wallet, and that's held. And then that wallet is then what we're going to use for two different income streams. But I'll primarily speak about one called Develop to start with, because it's the easiest one to get your head around. Once those funds are held in Vol in a wallet, the mechanism for Vulcan is to provide you with that 44%, which you get automatically. Obviously, the rebase goes into that wallet constantly. Then it also gets the daily claimable flex as well. So if we're holding, I don't know, just make easy numbers up, $100,000 in that thing, that's $100,000 is claiming flex for the transactional value that's going through the blockchain as well. Then we got obviously the bonus after I started having these conversations with NR and Kryptonian, that we also got the power pool as well. So if we're claiming the flex every day, then we get the power pool as well. So now if you think you're a holder of an NFT, you pay that money, it gets changed into Vol. You then get your 44% as a base rate. You get your flex on top, which will be distributed back into your wallet. And then you get your power pool as well, which will be distributed back into your wallet. So now we have a large amount of money. Again, let's just do easy maths because it's just easier. Let's say we've got $1 million in that wallet. We then go and every day that's claiming the flex, the power pool, and all the rewards, and those are getting disseminated back to the NFT holders. We then go and find a property to develop. Let's just say we find a plot of land. Again, easy maths. it's going to be $500,000 to buy it and $500,000 to build it, and we're going to get $500,000 profit at the end of it. Really, really simple, rudimentary maths. So what we then do is because of the volatility, and this is one of the feedbacks we had from our focus group, and it was a great suggestion. Because of the volatility, we're going to convert 30% of our purchase costs and put them into what we call the war chest, and that's going to be held in stables. So if the blockchain and the native coin of VUL is going to be fluctuating quite a bit, because it potentially could do, we're going to have the stability then to work in the real world, knowing that we've got stables. So we take that 500,000 to buy the property or the project or the piece of land. We've converted 30% into stables, and then we know that we can carry on withdrawing funds from from that wallet in order to do the development. That development is drawn down in tranches. Obviously, we're not going to take it all out at once, and whatever's left in that wallet will still be distributing the flex and the fixed, the flex and the power pool to the NFT holders. And at the very end of the project, what happens is let's just say we make the $500,000. That $500,000 goes back into that wallet, and that $500,000 is the profit is distributed back to the NFT holders. So that's how it works. So it basically, we use the funds, we go and buy, we make the profit, we put it back, and the NFT holders keep getting like rewards and rebases and stuff all the way through it. And obviously there is certain things that we've done with regards to how much of that money goes back, because we want to grow the pot. The more NFTs that are purchased, obviously the bigger the pot becomes. And if we use a percentage of the profit into the back end, then we will grow that pot, meaning we can do bigger projects or more than one project at once and stuff like that. So in a nutshell, that's it. I know that tonight we're going to release the light paper, which isn't very light anyway, because it's some of the white papers I've seen. Right? So that's the in a nutshell, that's what it is.
That's a good breakdown, Milky. And just to add to that, one of the reasons that the Vulcan blockchain was very attractive, and the thing that kind of jumped out to Milky and then to us once he presented it, is if you've been involved in any real estate transactions or anything like Milky's talking about with the development, there's a lot of time throughout this process of development where your money's sitting stagnant, and there's nothing really being done. The money's not making money; it's just sitting there. So the attractive part about Vulcan is the flex and the power pool and all those things, so that you're actually making some rewards and some profit while the money's just sitting there. So that's what really made the Vulcan blockchain attractive for this particular project.
Yeah, so I know that people have got loads of questions and stuff, but what I will do is, like I said, we are releasing the light paper. If you guys are happy, I'll briefly talk about the price and why we came to the decision that we wanted, because everybody wants to know how everything costs, if that's okay.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, let's do it, man. Yeah.
So we were thinking about a number of things, which were what's the price point? Obviously, is there going to be price tiers? Is there going to be?
And we kicked this around for a while.
Yeah, and I think we finally made our mind up. The last call we had, like last Thursday.
Yeah. Yep.
And so originally it was like, how many NFTs do we have to sell? What are they going to be priced at? Is it going to be like $1,000, or because we need to generate a large amount? But one of the main things, and I was sticking around, me personally, the $250 to $300 mark. And we had a call last Thursday, and one of the big things that I love giving back to the community, just in education and learning from my mistakes. And we were like, we want everybody to be involved. And I think on the top line of our light paper, it says something like, we want this to be achievable for everybody. We don't want it to be for the elite, the people who can throw $10,000 into something or whatever.
Right.
We want to help people. We want to help people who can afford one NFT. We want to help people who can afford 100 NFTs. And there should be no change in a tiered system where somebody gets something more because they have more money. And we just thought I thought it was unfair across the board. So we did kick it around at $250, and we just thought we want everybody to be involved. So we decided to, we made our fixed price now at $100 per NFT. So just to get involved and just to start the learning, that's what it'll be. It's just $100. So I think that if people really want to have a look at it, then it's not going to be the $1,000 or the $500, whatever it is, or if you want, you can buy more. But just to get involved and get into the Discord and stuff, the verified users and things like that, then it's going to be $100. That's it. So because we'd rather have a massive community of people that we could help as well.
You got it. Minimal amount.
Average American spends more than on coffee each week, probably at Starbucks.
No doubt.
Yeah, or actually, T still says cheese sandwiches. That's what
cheese sandwiches.
or peanut butter and Jellos.
Yeah,
Jello. My mellow Jello.
Sounds like he's a big fan of Bill Cosby. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Yeah, I like to sleep on the sofa. Yeah.
Hey, I got some GHB if you want some.
So here's a question here, guys.
Cocaine, one hell of a drug.
Delete that comment. You didn't have that. You heard rumors about it.
Is that rumors?
So just to answer Ball Deep's question there. So the way that we're dealing with it is just the money goes into a wallet, and that's obviously then transferred into Vulcan. So it's just a project wallet. So therefore, that wallet is just a holder, and therefore will be eligible for the fix, the flex, and the power pool. Correct. Exactly the same as any other wallet. There will be holders of Vul that have bigger wallets than Property Flex does to start with.
Yep. So that's a very good
and
question.
We've worked that out already on the back end as far as that's concerned. But great question, Balls Deep.
Yep. He did say something like that, Bobtail, but we just addressed why it won't affect what we're doing here. So cool.
And one of the other things, obviously, because we like to say that everything wants to be crystal clear and accountable and things like that. So the fact that people can see things on the blockchain, and one of the major things that I did say was there's going to be a small amount for, obviously we've got to run a business, right? So there's got to be small marketing budgets and things like that. That does happen. But one of the key concepts for us was the fact that none of the people who are involved in Property Flex are going to be taking a salary from this. We're going to be taking NFTs ourselves. And obviously as NFT holders, we will be pushing the project, because the more that the project makes, the more that we make. So we want to keep our overheads extremely low. So there'll be no salaries and nothing like that. The only thing that we'll be taking any kind of treasury funds for is for basic making sure the website's up and things like that.
So
Maintenance.
to clarify, nobody that's in charge of the project makes a salary off the project. If you want to make money, you got to buy in. Like me, right?
You guys won't have to pay me $1 million a week because I came, I'm part of Property Flex.
That's not what I meant. Yes.
I mean, I'd like that, but it's not necessary.
Right. So if this project you don't buy into, then
just $1.5 million, not 1 million.
Yeah.
Just 1.5.
Because guys, at the end of the day, I'm going to be buying into these projects as well because I love real estate. So
we're putting our money where our mouth is.
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't buy in, you don't make money, basically, right?
That's right.
Correct.
That's right. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
That's how it should be. I mean, why would I not put my money into it if I don't believe in it? But I'm trying to sell it to you guys and saying, hey, put your money into it, but I don't have any of my money into it. To me, that's just...
Well, you don't go to the bank and ask for a loan for your business and pay yourself a $25,000 salary the first month, do you? You don't go. You go.
I pay myself $100K. Right? No bigger goal. No, but you're right. Yeah,
that's why I don't understand people who start projects and sell their positions really early in the project. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you're right, TCL, 1000%.
So I'll just keep answering these questions as they come flying.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, Bob, he's got tons of
paper. So earlier on, when I was just giving the brief breakdown, I said that there was two income streams that we're thinking of. One's called develop and one's called income. The income, so we wanted to factor in, because when we had our test group, we had two very different flavors of investors. We had some that were super cautious and some that wanted to do the development. So some wanted less money more often, and some people just wanted to get the chunky money at the end. So we decided that we would do two. We would have one called develop, which is the building project or the big refurbs or the whatever the conversions from office into residential, that kind of thing. The other one was called income, where we would buy a commercial unit and then rent it out to commercial tenants. But then again, without getting too technical, because obviously it's not something you can just throw out there without showing people. That stream of income is, again, the money is put into a wallet. That wallet identifies a project or a property that is already generating income, basically, because you don't want any dead time. You go and buy that, let's just say for $500,000. That $500,000 then starts generating rental income straight away. What we're planning on doing then is getting real world lending, like institutional finance, mortgages, or whatever you guys call it over in the States or Canada or whatever, right? That was normally about 75% loan to value. So we have a mortgage on it with 75% loan to value. The rental from the tenant or the commercial tenant obviously pays off that, and whatever's left, the profit margin goes to the NFT holders, like a little bit, a smaller amount, but more regular. But the 75% of the actual existing capital then goes back into the pot, starts generating the fixed, the flex, and the power pool rewards back to the NFT holders until we identify another one. And then we go and buy the next one as well. So we roll those funds around. But on the commercial, on the income side of it, we will be using real world institutional finance. And then that breaks down into something else that I hope you find is ingenious, because it was kind of, well, it bloody is. That's it. It really is. So anytime
you add the word bloody to it, it's
take
it to the bank.
It bloody is, right? So
I feel like we should be paid in euros when you say bloody.
I know. It's like, I renounce my citizenship, but go ahead.
We're still pounds over here, by the way.
There you go. Pounds, there you go.
So in the light paper, when you see it, you'll see something called the war chest. The war chest is what I described earlier about putting 30% of the funds into that war chest, to put it into stables for just a stable security, kind of making sure the fluctuation, because if the fluctuation has 500,000, let's just say the project has £500,000 or dollars or whatever it is in vol, and then vol shits the bed and goes down by 30%, you've lost 30% of your ability to go and do the project, right? So what we're doing is we're putting it into the war chest, and that's in stables. Obviously, that's at $1 and doesn't really move much. So it's a good way to secure the investor's investment. But then what we've got is we've all been part of projects. We call this the safety net. We've all been part of projects where we get rugged. There's a scam. There's something that happens with the coding, and all of a sudden the liquidity is drained from the project, or something.
You have a contractor that steals $100,000 from you.
Oops. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
You want to watch out for Kryptonian.
Recently.
What's going on here, man?
It's that flat earther that did it.
Oh, enough of this guy. This guy right here, bro.
So what we put together was something called the safety net.
Safety net.
Yeah, so this is where it blends real world and the crypto blockchain world really, really well, we think, is because inherently when we go and purchase a property, a project, a commercial asset or something, let's just say something goes wrong and the blockchain dies, or there's a massive, or something happens where some sort of government official says something and cryptocurrency dies. It's not going to, but just in case. We have inherent real world value in real world assets. So the safety net is, what we'll do is we'll get to a point where if that happens, we've got assets where we can sell. Let's just say, for argument's sake, we've got $500,000 worth of assets. We will sell those. The money generated from the sale of those properties will go back into the stables, and from the stables, then the NFT holders will get paid back the majority of their funds back. So if everything goes wrong, and because we've got real world tangible assets, it's not like it's going to be a rug pull. Or you've seen these people, remember when Luna just went and people lost millions overnight and they were crying and everything, understandably. Well, in this way, we've got a slow mechanism to get the majority of the funds back. So we'll say, all right, then the wallet has put $700,000 into something. It's worth $600,000 or whatever. We'll sell that, we'll get it back, and everybody gets the majority of the funds back. So that's called the safety net. So we've got the war chest to keep the investors' investment safe against volatility. And just in case everything goes wrong, we can sell real world assets and give everybody the majority of their money back.
So just so you
tell
guys,
tell me who else is doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Tell me who else is
no
doing
one.
that.
And just so you guys know, these things came about. We had a focus group of, I think it was like 10 individuals, and these guys were well respected individuals from our community that agreed to donate their time, sit in this focus group, hear our pitch, and then give us a lot of feedback, and a lot of back and forth. So all of these things, the war chest, the safety net, all these things came as a product of that. So this is, again, kind of grassroots, right from the community. All of these things were direct feedback from that focus group.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Peanut Butter. Go ahead.
I was just wondering, I mean, with Milky, like, since this is your world, this is you do, what is the biggest, what's the word? The biggest real estate deal you've done to date? One deal.
So to date, we purchased a block of flats for $820,000 UK pounds. We spent $2.5 million on it, and then we valued it up at $5 million. So that's where I'm at. But what I do want to do is my experience is nothing compared to the guy that we've just brought on, and unfortunately he's driving.
Okay.
So when
Richard,
that puts that for people like me, that puts flesh on the bones. I mean, I already tried all this. I already get it, but people listening,
So what I've done is I've worked my way up, and obviously I've had some peaks and troughs as well, right? So I lost some money in some projects and things like that. So that's why I wanted the kind of the security of the bank can't come in and just take it off you because COVID has come along and decided, oh no, we've got this money out there. You've signed a personal guarantee. We're going to take this. We're going to take your house. You're going to do everything. Right. So it makes me sleep easier at night, if I'm honest. But yeah, so my projects are small compared to Richard. I mean, Richard's done $82 million.
$82 million.
Yeah. And the other, go ahead, Crypto.
I was going to say, so Milky, he's focusing in the UK, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as
I was just getting ready to say that.
As far as the investment portfolio is in the UK, we have some opportunities here in the US that NR are working with, and then what Richard brings is from Canada. Okay, so we're covering 3 different places, 3 different, I would say, countries, right? So this isn't just the US, this isn't just UK. We're trying to cover the map here.
You're covering 3 of the most developed countries in the world.
Yes,
correct. Now the cool thing that Richard also brings is he's saying that rents are increasing exponentially in Canada, where property values are still very low. And again, like Milky said, this guy's done over 82 million in real estate deals, condo conversions, things of that nature. And I myself, I've been doing real estate since I think 2001 is when I got my first real estate deal. And I've done similar to Milky. I think my biggest deals probably in the couple millions. In fact, I have 4 properties going right now.
Let's scrub. No kidding.
I got one actually on the market right now. We just flipped. I think it's like $500,000. So I'll usually do
but that's New York prices, so it's probably worth about $100K.
$5,000.
Yeah,
I'm not in New York, brother. I'm not in New York.
I know it. Close enough. Right?
It's not just a car parking space in New York.
Right. A closet.
Yeah, you gotta take a loan out just to park your car every month, man. It's crazy.
It doesn't come with a bathroom.
Yeah, dude, for real.
You can take a poop and cook your dinner at the same time. You know?
Yeah, pretty much in New York.
Yeah. Right on.
But yeah, so we're definitely excited about the like as you said, Peanut Butter. They're the most developed, some of the most developed, if not the most developed. I would say places here to be looking into getting into real estate. So we're excited about that, guys. And that's who we just recently had, which was Richard. So we got a lot of things happening with this. A lot of.
You want to take that one, Milky? How are we going to do our payouts? Biz is asking.
There you go.
The payouts will be in vol. They will be, absolutely, because you'll buy them in vol. I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know until we get more knowledge from the blockchain itself. We're
limited because Vulcan's not out yet. So
Yeah, but so they'll be bought in vol, and then obviously the only conversion is we'll be converting it from vol into fiat in order to pay real world bills and to buy things.
Yeah.
And then when any profit and anything that's held on the blockchain on vol will be the rewards, just going back to those wallets through the smart contracts, just in vol as well. So if you'll be adding to your vol wallet exactly the same, but you'll also get the learning, you'll get the security. You'll get the obviously as well the profits from the other side as well. And one of the things I do want to say is the bigger this project gets and the bigger the pot gets, the bigger the deals we'll do, or we'll do 2 or 3 deals. So if you're in at the start and you've only put in $100, I mean, that's great, right? There'll be no time where we increase the price. I want to say that categorically now. There will always be $100. If you want to get more, buy more. There's nothing. That's it. Because
you can almost compound basically at that point. That's kind of what you'd be doing. Yeah,
absolutely right. And just in case somebody does have questions as well, because I put together a frequently asked question sheet again recently, and it's for the commercial rental side. Somebody said, "Well, if I'm buying on day one." And they've got one rental property that you go and buy and get the money back. If somebody buys in 20 months' time, doesn't that dilute my earnings? Because obviously, because they get access to the 4 or 5 projects before. The answer is absolutely not. The way that we're going to do it is, and I don't know much about the actual technology behind this now. I'm getting out of my thingy zone, but each NFT will be given an attribute. So let's just say you buy on day one, it'll be like, I don't know, the attribute number 1. So that will be tagged for all the projects that come in from day 1 onwards. So if you buy one NFT and then we do set projects 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that NFT will be eligible to all those because we've
used anything that one and anything after it.
Yeah, that's right. And because we've recycled your money in order to do that.
Correct.
If you come in at project 7, you will have an attribute 7+, so it gives you none of the ability to take the 1 through 6, but everything 7 and above. Correct. So again, you're not diluting anybody's, and it's just when you get into what you can earn.
Yep.
So
that was something that Milky was adamant about. He was very he kind of laid his foot down, so to speak, and said that he definitely wanted that so that people's investments who were early believers and early adopters and believed in us early on didn't get diluted. So yeah, that was a good thing to institute there, Milky.
Yeah, and like I said, this is going to be how do I say? I don't want to throw shade on anybody else's projects or anything because they're all amazing, whatever. But this is going to be a proper like professional corporate company. So I've got questions about taxes and things like that. We're going to have specific tax related experts that are going to be advising us on how we can and can't.
Correct.
Well, sorry, I don't want to say anything bad, but how we pay the correct amount of tax. That's
Correct.
it.
Or how we can roll the money into another project and not pay tax until the end. Things of that nature.
So like
the proper moves.
Like one blockchain I invest in. At the end of the year, I push a button. I download all my stuff. I get to my accountant. You'll have something like that then.
Well, there's the honest answer is I don't know at this point until we get more information on how the mechanics of the NFTs are going to hold and what the actual what the money moving around actually does look like. At the minute, it's like it's an idea, but until we get the actual mechanics and how we can do it, we can't obviously give tax advice and stuff like that because that's for you as an individual to do. But there should be no reason why not.
Yeah. And you're essentially just wanting the data dump essentially is what you're wanting.
Yeah, the download.
And that's going to be obviously that's on chain, and we do have the resources. We do have developers in pocket that could provide that application to push the button down.
And we may even team up with an application that's already out there, like maybe one of the tax softwares or something like that. So
that's more in my wheelhouse, and I'm already thinking I'm already ahead of you on that one. So I'm already thinking of those tools.
People like push and go kind of stuff,
Pretty much, absolutely. At the end of the day, we want you to get in easily and get out easily, but most importantly, as you have these games. As you have these gains, right? Because we're whenever you build anything, a website, even up to blockchain, you've always, or let's say a D app or some sort of token, you've got to always think of the lowest end user, like the one with the least experience getting in. That's the guy I want because I want him long term. I want him live for life. But if I can teach him along the way, giving him the tools he needs to be successful, he's sticking with me, right? So that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to build this thing out. So I do have developers in pocket that are waiting for as Milky said, once they start seeing the money in the milk and the numbers moving around, then they do their thing. They look at the chain, they develop the apps that we need, and you hit a button, you get what you need. So it's definitely doable. Yep.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome, guys. And, yeah, I'm excited about this one too, man. This is going to be huge. I'm telling you, this is, and the fact that, like Milky said, we're going to be doing some of the educational stuff, which is again just an added bonus. So if you're not privy to, if you've never done any real estate or anything like that, and you've put $100 in, you're going to get $2,000, $3,000 worth of value just from the educational side of things. If you've ever looked into, I know Milky has said it before, like the Rich Dad, Poor Dad courses and things of that nature. I mean, you're paying thousands of dollars, and we're going to provide some of that information for you for free.
Yeah. So
just from being a part of this project.
Yeah. Just so everyone, because again, I'm clearing, I spent $25,000 on education, and I've probably spent $200,000 on mistakes as well. So the education is going to be worth it tenfold.
You know, we'd like to see those smaller people get in, and maybe they want to get into real estate, take the information they learn here and be able to go purchase their first rental or something like that. Just from what they learned from Milky, Richard, Kryptonian, and myself. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah. Or at the end of the day, we want to replicate ourselves in the community, you know, and it's about paying it forward, guys. At the end of the day, it's about paying it forward. I want to take what little information and what experience that I have that has helped me pay my bills and live well. I hope I can translate that through the projects that we bring to you guys, so you can experience the same piece that I have at the end of the day. So
yeah, I think even if you think about people or real newbies or anything who've never bought an NFT or never had a wallet or anything like that in the past, and they just want to try out $100 in crypto and see what happens. If you think about the mechanisms we got in place with the war chest and then the safety net, just in case something goes wrong, they're not going to get rugged from there's no possibility of this.
They're not going to take a big loss. Yeah,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. But there was one question that I did see going up earlier on, and it was about, do I have to buy it in vol? The honest answer is, there obviously, as you know, if you was to buy anything in stables and move it into vol, there's going to be like a 5% tax on it, right? So let's just say that if we did open it up to stables or ETH or BNB, then you would have to take that tax, because when we want everybody to be equal, we want everybody to be $100 in, no more, no less. So therefore, if we did open it up to BNB, I know it doesn't sound much, but then you would pay the tax and the slippage or whatever. So therefore, it'd be $105 instead.
Now, I can say this without going too much into it. We are in talks of potentially launching on other blockchains. Obviously, we've custom tailored this to launch on Vulcan to begin with, but we are talking about other chains. Obviously, Prysm at some point is one of them. There's maybe one or two other chains that may or may not be in talks with as well. So we're going to work out the mechanics of how it would work on those other chains. Since the flex and the power pool would do well, for that money being stagnant. So that is a possibility. So there may be
put your war chest in a node, I think, on Prysm, if you did it on Prysm.
Exactly. And it's things like that.
You stole my thunder, bro. You stole my thunder.
Yep. So it's things like that.
If you wanted to adapt it to a degree, that's what you do.
Correct.
Yep. Put in a node. Yep.
Exactly. So, will you be able to buy it with something else other than vol? I believe so.
Yep. But imagine that, though. Imagine if we went to Prysm, and you're not actually getting an NFT on like you would with Vulcan. We're taking that war chest, and it's actually a node on the network, contributing to the network, which is in a completely different level playing field, right? You're not only contributing
those rewards back.
Yes, and you're getting those rewards back because of the volume and the contribution you're making to the network. So that's something that NR and I have been just kicking around in Milky. So yes, we are thinking multi-chain 1000%, right? So as NR said and Milky said, this was at first catered towards Vulcan, but when Property Flex was first thrown at my feet, and I was like, "This is freaking amazing! I can't wait to get. I can't wait to do this thing."
Yeah,
you know, things have changed. You know, my awareness of the actual space has grown exponentially. So I see so much more opportunity, not just for me, but for the community that listens to us talk about these things. So a lot of things we can do with this. I'm excited, guys. The sky's
so there was another question up here, Milky, if you wanted to hit that one about, and I know we kind of touched upon where we're from and what we have access to. Do you want to touch upon that one as far as, are we going to run a regional operational headquarters and something like that?
Well, I think it makes sense for at least me and myself and Crypto Legend to have headquarters in our neighborhoods, because obviously we know the property space. Now, I've already traveled to where NR lives, and I didn't like it much, but I've never been down to where Kryptonian lives. So we can do one. We can do one day.
You won't like it. You won't like it. You will love it.
I don't like it either, Milky. Trust me.
You'll love Texas. Come on down.
Yeah, Texas is where it's at, bro.
But I think it would make sense to have them in, at least in the UK and Canada, and then I think we will have a. The thing was this is we don't need offices, if that makes sense, because everything
we'll have very low overhead.
Yeah,
because one of the things that you do find when you're dealing with property at certain levels is the lower you get, you have to obviously, like, it's like herding cats, right? Trying to get tradesmen, and it's just a pain in the ass.
Yep.
But when you get up to like the $500,000, $1 million, then you're employing full blown contracts on contractors on full-blown contracts, and everything's fixed and it's right and tight, and there is no kind of movement, and that's obviously going to be available to everybody so they can see it. But you don't then need to go into an office. You can work from a laptop, and you can go to their offices because or you can go to site visits and stuff. You don't necessarily need a corporate entity kind of with all the property logos.
COVID proved that, didn't it? Really, we've all shifted away from the offices anyway.
That's right.
It really did.
That's right.
Yep. 150%.
And that's why we're talking about this stuff right now, because of that. Yep. So there is a silver lining as to the last few years, right? So I love this. This is where innovation comes from. This is what we do as humans, guys. We adapt.
A lot of the clients I've worked for in the last 2 years have cut their floor space in half.
Same here, TCL.
If not more.
Yeah. I'm doing like probably 80% more remote work than anything. I'm sure you can attest to that, TCL. So
yeah.
So just in the bottom comment there from Sky High, I know Sky High is going to love this, because people are asking questions all the time. They're like, "Yeah, I'm interested. I need to figure it out for myself, right?" So he said, with Vulcan being interested, we need more other options, which I understand. But if you think about if you buy just one NFT, then you can still buy it on day one if it's not coming from your already vested funds. And the fact that on day one of Vulcan launch, you're going to get 2.5% of your pot back anyway. That's from day one. So, and all the flex and the APY and the power pool are all not associated with any kind of vesting schedule. You get that back, and that'll go into the pot, and then obviously those funds will be distributed, and you can do whatever you want with them. So the vesting is not really an issue, unless you want to buy like 200,000 NFTs, and then it might be. But you're more than welcome to try.
No, try. I suggest you do it.
I was going to say, I would suggest it as well. Yeah.
Ruins it for everyone. Who bought all the NFTs? Fucking Sky High.
So this is just Sky High's project. This is the Sky High high rise.
Like we had that group meeting. Like, we didn't think one guy would buy them all. What do we do now?
Right.
Sky High Tower.
Yeah. I guess we'll invite him down when we break ground.
Look, he's asking now. Is there a limit? Look at this.
So I'm going to answer that question as well. So is there an NFT limit? No. There will be no NFT limit. It will run until we decide not to, and that's because obviously the more funds go into the pot, the more returns are generated. The more, again, the white paper will be available. But the more funds you've got, the bigger the project you can do, or the more projects you can do as we scale, either sideways or up. So no, there will be no limit on the NFTs. So
That's good. You don't want to cap your revenue unnecessarily. It doesn't work with that business model.
So basically, an unlimited mint. of NFTs
Yeah.
is what we're going to have, an open-ended mint of NFTs. And I think that might have been one of your suggestions, TCL.
It was one of my suggestions.
Yeah. In fact,
Yeah,
I think you came up with the idea as well. I think we talked in depth about having a DApp where you could stake, we'll have the projects listed and you can stake into each one of the projects. And I love that idea. Love that idea.
It's beautiful. Yep.
Yeah.
So one of the other things I've got, again, because this is all covered in, and what I will say now is it's all covered in the light paper / white paper that I believe Kryptonian is going to push out at some point, because we do have a website now and a landing page at least.
Yeah, we have a landing page, guys, right now, and I'm going to be adding the light paper here to it. I would say once we get off this live, I got to make some edits to it. I plan on pushing it. If not, it'll be first thing in the morning, but it will be by this time tomorrow, providing nothing happens. If the wife doesn't say.
He's terrible for this. That's like 3 days, just so you know.
This guy right here. Enough of this guy, bro.
Yeah.
So here's
bro,
a
you
couple
and me are
more.
cut from the same cloth. What the hell are you talking about? While we're trying to work on one thing, a client's calling us about another. You know what I'm talking about. But,
Every time I speak to you, I can hear you're in a server room. I just hear servers behind you. Like.
Yeah, every time I speak to you, you're like you're on your way to.
Those aren't servers behind him, TCL.
He's putting on a diaper. He's in a baby dungeon.
With cat ears and a tail on.
Nah, TCL's like, is that a Xeon processor? It doesn't sound like an Intel. I'm like, bro, nerd, man.
That's mama's milk. Property Flex IO.
Yeah, so just to answer this question, so just before TCL started sitting there half naked, just laughing into his phone like some sort of freak that he is.
You know him well.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the questions I got asked as well was, because there's unlimited mint, but then can I sell my NFT? The answer will be yes. You can do whatever you want with it. It's your investment. And if you think about the attributes that I said earlier, with one NFT having an attribute of 1+, and then one NFT having an attribute of 7+, obviously, therefore, the reward, the 1+ is more valuable than the 7+.
The earlier you bought, the more valuable it is.
So as the number of the projects and the number of the properties that we own and the number of the rewards and the rebasing all gets bigger.
Think about
and
that shit on OpenSea.
Yeah.
What?
That's
floor
it.
price is going to be $500K.
So you can sell these NFTs openly. So absolutely.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
And then
that is something to think about. That is something to think about. If you buy 10 or 20 when we first open, and by the time we have 10 to 20 million in real world assets, how valuable that number one NFT is going to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Guys, our website is propertyflex.io. So there's only one button, or I would say only one thing to actually consider on this site. I will be having the light paper link up, and among other, there's going to be other links here, the light paper and who we are, the team, and all these things. But just enter in your email address here, guys. If you actually want to join our whitelist, what this is going to, once you send us this email account, this is going to give you access to the Discord, and as we begin to launch our media platforms, you're going to get first dibs on that, and this is going to give us an idea of who's actually serious about this, obviously. So just all you got to do is enter in a working email address, not the one you use on Pornhub, but the real one, and we'll actually TCL, and we'll actually send you the right information that you need.
Feetpics at hotmail.com. I can't put that one in.
So how many like first number one NFTs will it be? Like it'd be a batch?
So no.
Number one.
No, so that's a great question, and I'm going to answer it right now. So basically, the NFTs will be minted until TCL, can you just stop sucking on an exhaust pipe or whatever you're doing?
Oh, sorry, I thought it was muted. Sorry.
You Darth Vader in there.
Oh, that's not
if I say it, I get freaking scolded. Thanks, Milky. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
No, you know me.
This business part of yours, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so the answer to your question is there going to be like a limited run of attribute one NFTs? No, there's not. What's going to happen is we're going to, obviously in the real world, it's going to be slow to identify a project that's viable because we need to know how much money's in the bank, that kind of stuff, and then we'll go and buy that. But there will be a day where we have to go into legals for contract signing and everything, And on that day that we decide, the mint will be temporarily shut for, I don't know, let's just say a day or a week or whatever it may be. And all those, let's just say we sell 1,000 NFTs. All those NFTs that we sell will then be given the attribute of 1+. And then the shut off happens. And then when we still go into the remint, the attribute will change to 2+ for everybody else. But
Nice.
what we don't want to do is we don't want to say, oh, there's only going to be 100, 1,000, and then we mint 1,000, and then we can't find anywhere because they're too expensive.
Or we put a contract on something and something falls through, or I mean, who knows what could happen in the real estate game. So yeah.
So that's the way it is. And again, it's that merge now of real world and digital world that we're in. And obviously there was a question here that are we having from Aris, are we having contracts from those projects for investors? Every single contract for every single project, for either if it's the rental side of it or if it's the develop side of it, you will have access to it via Discord. It's as simple as that.
It'll be on our website most likely, and it'll be in Discord. They'll be posted for you guys to see. Yep.
So an example, just to go into that in a little bit more detail, an example of that is if I'm doing a build of, I don't know, let's just say 5 houses and it's going to be $1 million. And that build, the contractor wants drawdowns of $100,000 every month as he's continuously going. Obviously, we want to keep as much money on the blockchain as we can because it's getting the rewards and the more. But as that contract will be open to everybody, so on the day that they say that they want the money, obviously, like 2 days before, there'll be a drawdown from the pot in Vol to change it into fiat to put it into the real world, so we can make that payment in the real world. Everybody will be able to see that payment schedule. If it's on the rental side of it, they'll be able to see the rental agreement and what should come in and what our if we refinance onto a mortgage, what our mortgage payments are, all that kind of stuff. Everything is available to everybody.
Yep. And that's the beauty of blockchain, ladies and gentlemen, and transparency.
It is. Thanks, Randall, for that. I already had your email address, brother, but I appreciate that.
We appreciate it, man. We appreciate
it. Guys, the cool thing is I'm already getting emails coming in, so I really appreciate that. We appreciate that. People are visiting the site, and that means that you guys are getting what we're throwing down, and we appreciate that because there's been a lot of thought that has gone through this, and we did reach out to a focus group as we talked about earlier. So this is a project from the community for the community. But most importantly, we want to pay it forward. You've always wanted to get in real estate. Here it is. This is a good. This is especially
it's a good way to get your feet wet. Good way to get your feet wet.
And you love crypto. I mean, this is one.
And have a safety net.
Yes.
And have a safety net.
It's great you're doing it for the small guy as well, because Kryptonian, is virtually.
That was a lot of.
You're like what? You're like what? 5'7", bro. I mean,
sat on
like,
stools. He's on
5'7".
His wife thinks he's changing a bowl. No, I'm on the stream, babe.
Bro, this guy. Bro, if I didn't love you, TCL, I'm telling you, bro. If I didn't have countless hours of working on servers with your ass, but he's right. I appreciate the love, guys. I really do. They were thinking of me, the little guy.
We're the same height, I think.
Probably a little taller, man. It's all right though. It's all right.
You guys do know I'm 5'4", right?
Are you?
Oh my
I'm
God.
short as shit. I'm short
all right.
as shit.
All right. Well,
yeah, they call me a tripod.
They call you what?
Tripod.
The surveyor.
I'm right there with you, brother. Yeah, I'm 5'5", man.
I'm
5'5" when
they call you tripod because you got a tail? What?
There you go. There you go.
Oh
Chris
God.
Yeah. The man with one ball talking shit. Listen to that. You know.
That's why you're always massaging your wife's feet because you can't reach to kiss her.
There you go. There you go.
Actually, no, you tell your wife how you figured out I had one ball?
Well, you were doxxed. Actually, you were doxxed. Because if you had to be doxxed with the ED, you were doxxed.
Was I?
1X.
Well, I'm just 6 foot.
I love you guys.
Oh, you look 6 foot. I mean, goddamn, bro. Yeah, Milky's probably 6'1". Yeah.
No, Milky's about.
I'm only 5'10". I'm
only 5'10".
Yeah.
Is that Is that well here in this? I guess that's 510 here. I guess I don't know. You guys,
Yeah,
you guys are on.
Yeah,
What's that on the
exactly.
metric system?
Like 6'5". Yeah.
78 million centimeters.
Yeah.
How many stones is that?
12 stones and 4 hands. And
Yeah.
Milky wants to say something else as well. I can see it on his
Sorry,
face.
sorry, Milky. we
Uh-huh.
went off.
Yeah.
Bloody being at preschool. Anyway, so one of
He's
one of the
worse than you,
questions-
TCL.
Yeah.
these Americans, you can't.
You knew what you were getting into, Milky. Come on.
Yeah.
Welcome to YouTube, bitch.
Yep.
It's like a boys' locker room.
I know it's 3:15 for him, so he's supposed to get this wrapped up, doesn't he? Go on, Milky.
Yeah,
It's like, shit,
yeah,
man, I'm
for
trying
you
to
as
go
well,
to
yeah.
sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. Go ahead, Milky.
Biz Entertainment said, "Is there going to will it be one NFT for both development and rent?" So yeah, because the rewards will be sent back in different phases, then the investor appetite might be for the fact that they get more payments, like i.e. rental payments every month. So, but they'll get a smaller amount, obviously, than waiting for 12 months to get the bigger amount. So yes, there'll be an NFT it'll be income NFT, and there'll be a develop NFT, and that's it. Two sides.
Yep.
So.
Right
That's
on.
exactly it. But I'm really keen. I'm really keen to know what Chris and Peanut Butter do think about it. Just because I know you've been listening in and things. And obviously for me, it was just an idea. We've kind of thrown things together. We've tweaked it. We've pulled things apart and things. And I'd just like to know what you guys think is.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Value both of your opinions greatly.
Before you guys answer, hey, thanks Ashley for joining the site. We've had a lot of people tune in, and I'm getting emails. I'm getting people signing up now. That's amazing to me. I really appreciate that. You did answer a business question about the one NFT for both development or rent ROI.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry,
so.
I missed that one. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, guys.
You going to go, Chris?
Awkward silence here.
Go
Come on,
ahead,
guys.
Terry.
Go ahead.
Let me go. All right. So no, I'm jacked about it because I've been in crypto for a while. I invest, like I say, in blockchains. My house is bought and paid for. I have 3 kids, and I've always wanted to have a property for each kid and each grandkid. I have 3 grandkids, but now I don't have to worry about it. I just get some NFTs, man, and roll that stuff forward and put it in an irrevocable trust. Is what you say, Chris?
You'll want to put it in a revocable trust.
Revocable
I don't
trust.
think you'll be allowed.
I'm learning. You guys are teaching me, but this is, I want to put my money with good money that's already made money to make me money, to pass my money down to my next generations.
You sounded just like Kamala Harris, but that's another conversation for another
It does
day.
not. I like yellow buses. I like yellow buses.
Man. Oh, man.
I'm just joking, bro. I'm just joking. Let's go. I can't help it, man.
That's what
Prada woke up. What the fuck?
No, I just like so many projects you can get into.
Somebody talk about my girl.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you, man.
There's
Go
so
ahead.
many projects are like the Doug Flutie pass back in the day where he got lucky and did a Hail Mary, right? And that's I don't want Hail Mary passes. I don't care if it's slow or it blows up. I want consistent where I can like set my clock by it, within reason. And this sounds like you have the right people. I wish Richard's phone didn't die earlier and we could have talked more.
Yeah. We really
We'll
want to
definitely.
be on.
We're gonna be doing this pretty much every week with Prysm, and we'll keep you guys updated with Property Flex, and we'll definitely get Richard on here again next week or another time to kind of tell you about his experience and all that good stuff.
It may be next Wednesday when we.
It's whatever, and that's moon landing stuff on Wednesdays. But
okay. I'm not gonna muddy the waters. I'll tell you that.
right, but
Yeah.
like
Right,
you guys,
TCL.
I've talked to you guys in
It's
private.
bad for business.
Give me shit all the time.
I was gonna give this guy my money, but
I've talked to a few of you guys in private, and I do see every week. I have an allowance I give myself, and no matter what my business does or what's going on, I put the same amount of money in each week. Now it's like, dang it, I've got to either shift or increase my budget. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking forward to it because I'm pretty flush on some projects. I don't need any more in those projects. I'm set.
Yeah.
Next bull run.
You don't need shit coins is what you don't need. We don't none of us need those. We're now I think we're all mature enough now to we played, we dabbled, but now we're really looking for something that actually connects real world assets to blockchain.
Yep.
That makes sense. That we know real estate's. I mean, you hear about it all the time. I mean, real estate, dirt's, there's not enough dirt.
We're not making any more dirt, man.
Yeah, you guys not making any more dirt. So I mean, That's our approach, and we're bringing we've in honor of myself. I mean, he's obviously more vested in real estate than I am, but I'm part of a team of guys that they've, especially Milky and Richard, where they're doing it like full time. This is their jam, dude.
I'm pretty sure that's been
not Jello
Richard's,
TCL, but their jam.
Yeah,
you know?
This has been Richard's. It's been his income since he, for like the past 25 or 30 years. That's what the man's been doing as his job, is real estate development and things of that nature. So he was a really good addition to the team. And when he and I spoke, I just knew right away when he started describing to me Property Flex. And I'm like, hey man, let me introduce you to Milky and Kryptonian and see what we got going on. And Milky was smart enough to say, hey man, bring his ass on the team. And it was just a great addition.
Well, normally quality attracts quality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think
that's a great point. Yeah.
I think with Richard, it's like I'm kind of glad in a way that he hasn't been able to come on, because his resume that's not in a bad way. His resume deserves more time than having 5 minutes at the end. The guy's got an incredible.
It is. Yeah, when he posted, he posted in that. And
it's almost like a mic drop. It's almost like a mic drop, man.
Yeah. It's just, when you're looking for a team, at the end of the day, guys, you're looking for people that this is what they do for, at least professionally to some degree. Like we're building a blockchain, right? But TCL and myself and the developers are working with, even in our, I'm in IT, this is what I've been doing for the last 20 years. I know the space. So I'm not coming in, hey, I want to build a blockchain. It's very familiar to me and TCL and those that are working with us. This is what for me, as I say, the blockchain is the final frontier for me. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Yeah, so I'm excited about this. And this is how I feel about Property Flex, because we're bringing in guys that this is what they've been doing. Right now, they're bringing it to blockchain. It's a beautiful marriage to me, man. I love it. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
It's good.
Well, my position is that right now, my portfolio is about 50 to 60% actual land. About 25% is crypto, including my Bitcoin. I would like to.
So when you say land, you mean like undeveloped land? Just okay.
Yeah. Well, no. Two properties are developed, but most everything else is undeveloped acreage.
Right on.
So my thing is that I would like to up my portfolio to more land. But I'm very intrigued by this whole thing. Even though Kryptonian and our Legend are in it, but
we love you too, brother.
No, I'm
that guy.
I'm really interested in this a lot because physical land, that I see and everything like that. I think that this is an avenue for future expansion of my portfolio. So personally, I'm very interested in, and I'm anxious to see more. You answered a ton of questions. You can't even go. You're getting me lost a few times, but then I'm like, all right, just settle down. But I have a bunch of other questions and things like that. But I could see moving a decent size of my portfolio into your guys' position, your project.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
and if any of you guys have questions that you think of later on, feel free to DM us on Discord or whatever.
Better yet, guys, submit your email. You're going to be getting a reply here soon. With
I don't trust the government.
Bro, I don't work for the government, brother.
No, just using your own medicine against you. Like, just give us your later, guys.
Always give me shit, bro.
Man.
I don't trust the government, but yes, you will not be getting an email from propertyflex.gov.
We won't sell your
guns away.
Oh, we don't give guns away, bro. No. I'll give you my house before I give you my gun. I'm just joking. So, but no, if you guys submit your email, you're going to be joining our mailing list, and we're going to be sending out some information that's going to give you access to our socials and all those things. And it's also going to set up the ability, once we reply to you, of how to actually reach out to us. Obviously, Discord, Twitter. You guys know the all the mediums of communication out there. But even if you go to our website, there's at the bottom right hand corner, I'll bring it up. If you have a question that wasn't answered tonight, let me go ahead and bring this up. There's a little kind of a chat box down here. If you just click on this little box down here, well, let me do it on this side. Actually, you can actually submit a question. It goes in. It's going to go to Milky. He's the guy that's going to answer all the questions, and he will actually respond to you guys. But no, actually, it'll go to all of us. And if we can answer your question, we absolutely will. So something, and maybe you think of something, the moment the live ends, or down the road next week, whatever. This is the place to do it. A quick question, you get a quick response.
Or if you're reading through the light paper and something pops up that you're like, it just isn't clear, or sparks another thought in your mind that you want clarity, reach out to us.
Yep.
We'll definitely get it answered for you.
Yep. You can hit us in Discord. You can hit us on Twitter once I release the socials. But truthfully though, or you can hit us in Discord and can DM us. But the problem with that is, guys, I get a lot of DMs daily. So for me to kind of filter through some things, if it's Property Flex specific, go to the website, propertyflex.io. Bottom right hand corner is a questions button. Click on that. Send the question. That goes immediately to the team, and they're going to reply accordingly. When time permits. I guarantee you that. So.
Yeah, and just on that as well, obviously, when we talk about property as like an investment strategy, this is and the blockchain is enabling that. It's the facilitator for this at the minute that we're working with. But I could go on for hours and hours about different strategies and different ways we're going to do this. I know that everybody has been in the comments talking about, why don't you try this like multi-home and stuff. I've pretty much done everything, and obviously, like I said, I mentor people on doing it. It doesn't have to be a new build project. It can just be like Chris was saying. Then it just triggered my memory. It's like I've done things in the past where I've bought a plot of land. I've gone in. I've got planning permission. So I bought a plot of land for £200,000, got planning permission on it, and sold it for 600,000. So it can be a really quick win like that. So I could go on for hours and hours. And obviously, this is not the time to do it because it's 3:30 in the morning.
We're not limiting what we're going to be doing. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely. Those opportunities and those educational like mic drops, as we want to call them, will be available for everybody in that Discord channel.
Yep. And I also will be selling one of the projects, one of the places I will be developing will be the moon. So guys, my special project I would be bringing to the community will be you can buy pieces of moon rocks. I think
there'll be pictures of Kryptonian holding that AK standing on the moon.
On the moon in all its glory. Yeah, absolutely.
Hardwood and peace, guys.
Holding the Constitution in one hand.
It's gonna be the right hand, brother. The right hand.
Might be reassessing my position here.
Shit. Thanks, guys. 7 C's, cut the shit out, bro. You're instigating, and you're throwing. That's bait, bro. That's bait, and I'm probably gonna.
I do think I know you guys have heard me talk about the progression of I think real estate going to blockchain as far as titles and things of that nature. So I just see this as a natural progression in real estate. I think blockchain is the future, especially for real estate. I see many use cases.
You're able to scale this business globally straight away through blockchain. Investment from anywhere in the world.
You're right, man.
Correct.
You're absolutely. Think about that.
The power of this.
Yep. Power of it. I love that. I mean, just if you think about what we're saying here, you're going to have the ability to invest in a property in the UK, in Canada, in the US because of blockchain. You can't do that now unless you had some sort of medium, which is blockchain. You'd have to literally fly out to the freaking UK
on top of that, see every little transaction, every step of the way. You're going to be able to follow along. Nobody's going to be able to hide anything from you.
That's what I'm interested in.
It's at this point as well. I didn't mention it, but it's this point that I wanted to say that we obviously do have massive like multi-sig wallets as well for the team.
Yep.
So the funds will never be available to one person ever.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't want that responsibility, guys.
Yeah. We'll need, I'm assuming 3 of 4 people on the team because there's a 4-people team probably.
Yeah.
Three of the 4 will have to sign off on a transaction.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
Balls Deep says that I'm sure y'all realize. I'm sure. I mean, obviously, he's from Louisiana or in the South. He says, "I'm sure y'all." You want to read this, TCL, because you do the best freaking Southern accent. But he says, "I'm sure y'all realize this, but this is truly a way to bring crypto into the traditional finance sector, where most bank people think crypto is a scam. This literally will have to shut them up." And then, of course, Sky High says, good point. Not just the banks, but realtors as well. So I agree with both of you guys, and this is why we're doing this.
Mhm.
We see the potential in this, we really do, and that's why we're pushing it.
So many things when I got into different different projects with crypto and stuff like that. Every single question, normally the first question on any single token or any single coin is, "What's the utility?" Well, it's like, here it is, and this is a safety net behind it, and this is everything you need in a crypto. If you're going to get your feet wet in crypto, do it in a safe place, and I don't think you can get much safer than this.
Got that safety net. Got that safety net. But when you talk about when the safety net came up, I was like, "Shit, it's over, bro.
It's
over,
damn
man."
near. It was
Yeah,
genius.
I mean,
I agree.
I was like, that I'm in. Well, I was already in, but I'm like, I'm really, really in. What do you think about this? This is to you, Milky. This is from Biz, the producer.
Yeah, so I can create a Word document with frequent aspects, but a video. I'm a property guy. I mean, it was hard enough for me to.
You can always shoot it over to Kryptonian, and he can make a video.
Yeah, I can absolutely assist with the videos. And I'm assuming you mean PDF sites, so that when we send referrals, they can get 98% of the questions. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's all going to start happening once we
similar to the
it.
Cosmos video for Property Flex.
Yes. Okay. Now you're reaching, brother. Now you're reaching.
Yeah.
no, but absolutely, I would love to be able to do that stuff. We certainly have the ability to do that. But yes, what you're asking, Biz, surely we're going to have one, especially when the site is fully functional, and I plan to have that by the end of the week. It is Monday, May the 1st. I've already got my week sorted out for this because I knew we were talking about this today. So I got things I'm going to be adding to the site here. That's going to help with these types of things, being able to submit referrals and those types of things. So all the light paper is going to be out here by this time tomorrow, at least the light paper, and then the other things soon to follow. So thanks, guys. And of course, 7C says, "Man, I love you too, bro. I mean, you make me laugh all the time, bro. I mean, he gives me. You think TCL gives me shit? This guy gives me shit all the time, bro.
He does.
But the difference is TCL does it with an accent. This guy does it in black and white. That's the problem."
Yeah.
Oh, check it out. Teddy One says, "I've always wanted to invest in real estate." Everybody does. Everybody really does. But the barrier to entry is just, it seems super overwhelming. And truthfully, it really isn't. With some hard work, some actual discipline and, 5 to 10 minutes of research, there is a way to get into it. But what we're doing is we're bringing the ability, the barrier to entry, we're dropping it, making it, we're giving a level playing field for the little guy like myself. But at the end of the day, we're thinking about paying it forward along the way. And this is the project that we're bringing you guys, Property Flex. So hopefully, Teddy One, you've heard some great things about what we're talking about, and you see the potential, that we see, because we're just barely, tip of the iceberg here, guys. Tip of the iceberg.
Well, I think another point you got to bring up about all this is that my generation, old school, we were gold and land is where we put our assets. We do commodities, things like that. That's where we did. So now we're Bitcoin and real estate.
Digital gold.
Could you
gold,
imagine?
Man.
Digital gold.
So this is the future. I'm sitting here telling you. In
R and I think before we even met Milky,
not that old, Chris. We're gonna see like he's really, really like another century away.
Bro, he's old. That's a filter, TCL. That's actually a filter.
That's a filter.
I'm actually an AI representation of what I was.
He's yeah. He's actually
That was good, Chris.
That's all Matrix right there, bro.
Yeah, but I'm serious about that because it's like when years ago it was gold and it was real estate. And you could always count on your real estate, and the real estate was going to appreciate over time.
Sure.
So buying plots of land, things like that, even developing real estate. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways to do it, but you could literally just buy the land and hold it and enjoy it, the outdoors if you want, hunt, whatever. But you keep accumulating that land and the gold, and then it switched to Bitcoin. and then to what we're talking about. So I mean, it's like this is the future, and I could see this being something that this is gonna this whole area is gonna ignite people all over the world.
It will.
Chris.
And Mark says that I've been listening quietly, but I really think this is head on. And I appreciate you listening, man. Though I truly, we all do. You're spending time with us. We're already at 2 hours here, and he says I also think that the real estate market is really playing into our hands, into your hands. It's great timing, and it's exactly how we feel. In fact, I was going to say this, and I were talking about some sort of bringing some sort of real estate opportunities to blockchain, talking about titles and these types of things, having title ownership on blockchain, very, very elementary. And then all of a sudden Milky pops up on the scene and we're like, yeah, we don't know what the hell we're talking about. Let's go with this guy. But at the end of the day, I love the evolution of where we're at, of everything it's evolving to. Everything is, it's all about timing. It really is all about timing. You can have the greatest idea in the world, but if it's not the right time for it, no, it's not going to happen. And I believe this is the time, not just property flex, Prysm chain, blockchain technology in general. So,
and not only that, I think Mark's also getting into the way rates are rising.
Oh yeah.
Property values are starting to come down as the rates rise a little bit. So I think he's right. I think we're timing the market really well. By the time we start our mint, start to get those funds rolling in, I think we're going to be able to find some really good deals.
Sky
High says y'all need to develop some of that oceanfront property in Arizona. That's actually a very good. I love that song by George Strait. But it says oceanfront property in Arizona for Prado. The truth is he'll buy it because it's blue.
There you
go. Anything blue, he's all in, bro. Anything blue, he's all in.
He talked bad about Kerry Hobbs today. Hey, he talked bad about Kerry Hobbs too.
He did. Yeah. Well, one thing he has said that it's crypto. The crazy thing is, he says that he wouldn't vote for Biden. And we all know that he loves Biden, or he loves what Biden is supposedly doing for the country. It is
the
what
past
it is.
60 years.
Yeah, the past 60 years. Yeah. He's been the greatest president for the last 60 years. That's basically what But at the end of the day, I like how Prado has said. He has said, if he actually goes against crypto, he would vote for Trump. If Trump were pro crypto, and I was like, damn, that tells me right there the guy loves crypto. And he and I disagree on everything, but the one thing that unites us, and he and I talk, usually offline. After we do a show and, he's yelling at me. My whole goal is to get that vein right here to pop off his forehead. I get it every time.
He actually lets you speak sometimes?
No. I just throw a comment in and he loses his shit, and, it's funny because when I piss him off, his little button that he has a hard time button, it pops on his jacket. It's funny as shit, because it's too tight for him, that's funny as shit. Anyways, he said he would vote for Trump or a politician that's pro crypto. I agree with that sentiment. We want politicians, at least in the US, to be pro crypto. Because I know, right, TCL in the UK, Milky, you guys are like ahead of us in that regard, right? I mean,
they want to be a crypto hub, but I don't think anyone's going to take over places like Dubai and stuff. They say they want to be, but I don't know. But yeah, we are. Yeah, we're not as bad as what you are.
Okay, that's good to know, man. I mean, at least there's some sort of standard or some way to look forward. We at least the U.S. can go look at what they're doing. I'm talking about us.
Smothering the industry at the moment over there, pushing it abroad. That's what people. Isn't Coinbase moving to the Bermuda or something crazy?
They're talking about it.
They're talking about it. Yeah, they're talking about it, man.
Yeah.
If the SEC doesn't,
so it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop the industry developing it. Just push it outside.
That's right. That's right.
Sky High was saying like 10 states are now pure pro crypto now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's good. Let me jump in here real quick, guys, where there's a slight bit of a lull period, and go back to Teddy One. And I told Teddy One I would give him a shout out because I'm actually brokering a deal for him for some light nodes. So nice. Teddy One, I told him I'd give him a shout out. I'll send you the wallet later, Teddy. I told you I'd let you know it was really me, that you're not being scammed. And I will get you those light nodes from that seller. So guys.
There we go.
I will hook it up for you. Yeah, man. We will make it all happen. And reach out to me, guys, if anybody's interested in a full node. We'll make it happen.
No, I like this property flex. It's cool. It's good.
Cool. Well, I remember when we first talked about it, when we had the focus group, you kind of I was embarrassed after talking with you. I was like, I'm sorry. I'll try better next time. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. No, but TCL guys, full transparency. He was one of the many that we reached out to because he knows the space, guys. At the end of the day, TCL, he knows marketing. He's so business minded. I can't even tell you how intelligent this guy is. He actually gets gets it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to compliment you, bro. You're gonna interrupt me now.
Stop it! Stop it!
No, but he gave some really good insight, and we had a team that we reached out to, so it was extremely, it was a very diverse group of people from different parts of the world, and the feedback we got was just immense. And this is how we're able to.
It's led to what we have now in the light paper.
Milky took everything. He took it to heart, man. He came back, and now you have what we have. Property
and
Flex.
Milky actually wrote the light paper himself.
Yeah.
So all the light papers, all Milky.
So so when you read it to yourself,
you open it up and it's a potato painting.
Yeah.
When you open it up and it's a potato painting. Just stick it on the fridge and give him a good grade.
There you go. Give him a sticker.
Yeah, just when you read it to yourself, read it with an English accent, and it's going to sound intelligent. You guys, you know how you do it, right?
I know Milky's put in a lot of work, a lot of thought, and he's put together a great project.
Yeah, we were doing it via, and it was kind of an evolutionary thing as well, because things were changing. Remember the announcements from Vulcan were coming in and changing things, and we had to kind of adapt and overcome that as well. And obviously, when you come up with an idea, you just want everybody to agree with you that it's a great idea. And sometimes it's one of the hardest things is to kind of check your ego at the door and say, yeah, that I was wrong in that, and I didn't get that correct. And that focus group for us was incredible, because obviously TCL. I think you're giving him too much credit, because I thought he just changed the logo.
Yeah, you might be right there.
Yeah, that was all it was,
bro. I thought TCL was an asshole, but this guy right here, bro.
Yeah. He's definitely our kind of asshole.
He is our kind of asshole.
You can forget about that drink now, Milky. You can forget.
The thing about these guys, they tell you straight up if you're full of shit, man. I want people like that around me, man. 100%, man. They keep me straight, keep me honest. So.
Yeah, and it was difficult. So the original light paper that I did come up with was probably about 2 or 3 pages, and now I think we're on 11 pages, which is why I said it's bigger than most white papers. But it does go into detail for those who do want to dive into it. Again, there's still many unknowns with regards to obviously contract addresses and how which launch pad we're going to use for the NFTs and things like that, because we just don't know what there is no foundation there at the minute. But then again, it's as NR and Kryptonian were saying, it's the ability now to pivot. I love pivoting. Don't you? You love pivoting, Kryptonian.
I do, bro.
And making this multi-chain as well, because there's absolutely no reason why we can't. Because
that's what all the big players are doing, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally.
So let's say there's. I'm not going to mention any names, but there's a blockchain with a large community. Well, that large community doesn't know anything about the flex and the fix and the whatever. It's a relatively small Vulcan community at the moment, at least. So if we can tailor something for those that offers them something, they'll still be blown away by the safety measures and things that we've got in play, and again, it can only make the company bigger. So
and that is the goal. That's a goal. I'm actually going to set up a call with some people here over the next week or two, and we'll get on the call and we'll figure all those things out. Yeah, man.
It's good.
It's going to be a beautiful thing, guys. Beautiful thing.
This is what the industry needs, though. This is the inflection points that crypto needs. Like early adopters are normally like criminals and bad people, obviously buying stuff off Silk Road and stuff. And then we've done the testing ground of normal people playing with this stuff for the past couple of years. And then this is where the industry starts to integrate with the real world. So this is the kind of thing people need to be looking at.
This is it. Yeah, we appreciate that, TCL, because those are the types of things that's exactly what the response we want. We want people to say, and we've had some comments saying, yeah, this is all about timing. I hear what you're saying, and this is what we need. We don't want to be we would definitely want to be the first to do this. And I think we will be, and not only that, we're not thinking just one community. We're thinking about the entire space, guys. We're thinking multi-chain here.
Yeah,
and so
man.
we're excited about that. And because of the war chest and and at least the safety net, that right there gives us the ability, I mean, to cross so many chains. Because you're right, Milky. Other communities, that's really all they want. Just show me where I've got that
Keep
safety
my
net.
money safe.
Keep my money
Keep
safe.
my money
Yeah.
safe.
And
I'll take a limited risk and keep my money safe. Just let me know I'm not going to get rug pulled.
yeah,
And I
and
think-
don't take it off chain where I can't see it.
Yeah.
Show. I mean,
Yeah.
let me see some dirt where I know where it's at. You know what I mean?
man.
That's all we want, man. We just want that. We just want that transparency.
So
I
insured
love it.
safety deposit box in crypto, essentially.
Yeah, there it is.
It's
There it is.
unique.
Yeah. So we're excited about it, guys. Guys, we've been going for 2 hours, you know, and
2 hours and 15 minutes. Wow.
yeah, and I think we've covered a lot. Unless you guys got
Yeah.
some extra questions, I think we're gonna call it, because I know
Yeah, I
TCL
think it's a
Milky
good
Man,
spot.
it's way past
Yeah.
their bedtime, man. They got to get to sleep, get
Well,
to work
agreed.
tomorrow.
It's not too bad, because what we haven't told you is we're actually in the same bedroom. He invited me over, and we've just been, so I'm gonna,
I
gonna give him
believe
a
it
little bit of a
because
cuddle now.
every time he vapes, I see some freaking smoke go by your head. That's crazy.
We're gonna go spoon now. That's what we're gonna do.
That's why you
Spoon.
kept plugging kids away. That's why.
You just have, you just need to figure out who's in the spoon and who's outside the spoon.
Oh, you'll flip over later. It's okay.
They don't call him Milky for no reason.
They're watching feet pics at gmail.com on
bro.
Pornhub.
That's so gross, man.
You ever milked a cow? Try, man.
That ain't no cow, son.
It's only got one big nipple.
Let's call it tea. Let's call it tea.
It's tea.
It's actually called the tea. Yeah, that's real news right there, brother.
Get my milking stool.
Not everybody has cows, TCL, in Texas.
Yeah,
okay?
no.
Not everybody. I mean, up north they do. But that's it, guys. Unless you guys got any additional questions for us, you guys those on the panel, anything you want to address, maybe that we haven't addressed, any questions haven't been answered?
I'll just say this, because obviously I'm not a YouTuber and stuff, and I don't come on many lives. I'm more than happy to stick around for a while and answer some questions, because obviously this is the first time we've unveiled it. So if people do still have questions, I'll do it. But other than that, like I said, the team will be available for everyone to ask questions to, and no doubt it'll get fed back to me, and we'll discuss it. But I'm more than happy to stick around for a little while at least.
Did you see
In fact, that propertyflex.io website, bottom right hand corner, as I showed you guys, there's a little question box. Click on that. That's going straight to Milky. He said it. He volunteered, so therefore
Milky,
he'll be answering your questions. But it's real time, guys. He's gonna get those questions right away.
Do you want to talk about, and I know we don't know exactly because we don't have a testnet on Vulcan and all that stuff, but do you want to talk about what our launch may look like? Are we going to have any type of whitelisting? Is it just going to be a free for all? We're just going to drop it? I mean, do you know what our launch may look like?
I think, like as you said, it's difficult because we don't know what we.
I know we've kicked
know.
around some scenarios, but
yeah.
You know.
I think it's really what I want, and what I've always envisaged. I just want it to be the line of least resistance. I want it to be really simple for people to get involved. So if that means that they can sign up the details and they can, before launch, we can give them some more information and give them that kind of one-to-one kind of feedback that they're asking for. But apart from that, it's just going to be waiting for that blockchain to launch and get the launch pad in place and then go. Because, like I said, it's easy. What I would consider affordable if you're going to get into real estate. We can't make it any lower. It's just no point.
No.
Yeah.
But then it's just like I said, it's an unlimited mint, and we'll be constantly being able to support people and talk to people about things. Obviously, those frequently asked question documents will get bigger and bigger because we'll get asked different questions, and we'll be able to add to that. But it's going to be really simple. There's no need to make things complicated. The more you make it complicated, the more it's going to mess up. So.
Yeah, it's going to be strictly black
the
and
old
white
KISS,
on paper.
the old KISS method. Keep it simple,
stupid.
stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah,
that's an American thing, guys. Milky and TCL. Okay, just so you know. All right, that's a milk. But here's a question for you, Milky.
Carlo couldn't read that, could he? It's not the right words.
Yeah.
Or no, there's an acronym in there. He'd be all screwed up.
It's like,
Yeah.
so ... No, go ahead. But go ahead, Milky. This is for you, brother.
You don't have all into property.
An acronym.
Yeah, so
What's pot?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we know Paula knows what pot is.
Yeah.
The fuck is a pot?
I think he's talking about the B&B pot.
Yeah.
He's talking about the.
You need to spell this shit out.
I mean, yeah, if you can type that much, bro, pause. If you can type the paragraph, you can literally spell out pot. Come on, bro. Don't be. I mean, come on. I'm gonna add. He's got a second part of that question, Milky. If you're ready,
Yeah, sure.
No, that's different.
is that something different? Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Mark.
that's.
Oh, my
Mark,
bad.
yeah.
My bad, Mark. My bad.
It's-
Sorry.
it's-
Go ahead.
It's simple. So what Mark's basically saying is with this and the other project that he's got more revenue streams coming in that will equal his full investment if he was just to keep it in there. Yes is the answer. You're correct. Although when you read the white paper, you will see that there is slightly different tokenomics. Obviously, we can't run a business because that's what it is. It's a corporate entity. We can't run a business without having some of those funds taken out in order to meet those business costs. Plus, part of the strategy is to increase the investment pool as well. So some of those funds are retained to build the pool. So we're not we can constantly build that pool without relying on only NFT sales coming through, because that could slow down or things like that. So it gives us the ability to build that pool and move on with bigger numbers. So it's not like a 1-for-1. You're not going to get exact. If you was to leave, let's just say $100 a vol and one NFT, you would have to wait a long time in order to get the same amount of returns back. But in essence, in long term, you will be in essence cash neutral. Maybe around about 8 to 12 months, you'll have all your money back plus, and then obviously it's just compounded. Then you are cash neutral and you're playing with house money, and you're often getting compounded interest on anything that you've from the future. So you do have to take those into consideration. I'm not going to say it's exactly the same, but look through the white paper or the light paper, and then obviously do your own research, right, as the saying goes. But the information will be there for you on how we are distributing those funds.
Yeah.
Here's another one for you, Milky.
Yeah,
You're popular today, brother. They love hearing you talk, man. But go ahead.
I think what we are going to do is we're going to have to visit a lot of places in the world, because there's a few places that I haven't been to. I'm going to have to do obviously site visits on a lot of these Caribbean hotel golf course things. But no, there's no reason why not. There's no reason why we can't go anywhere in the world. But what a lot of people make the mistake about when they get into property is they assume it's the same everywhere. And there's different rules, there's different regulations, there's different tax brackets. And you really, when you get into property, you really have to know your area of expertise. And this can change state to state. This can change like everything. It can change in the UK. Like obviously, if you move 100 miles and you're going into a different demographic, then you might say, well, this is a great buy that we're going to buy this for 200,000. But then you realize that you're going to spend 200,000 on it. So you're 400,000 in, but it's only worth 300,000 because it's in a certain area. So you really have to know your local area really, really well. So I think what we said we would do would be spending the first year to 2 proof of concept to get some deals under our belts, to own some property, to refinance them and go through the whole mechanism 2 or 3 times. And then if we feel comfortable, along with the community of investors, then we would potentially move somewhere else. But it's about proving the concept first and making sure that we as I said on that calls, we get it tight and we do it right, and that's it.
We got to get it buttoned up, all the buttons and fastened.
Right.
Here's Balls Deep. He wanted to clear up his question. If that makes sense.
Permanent revenue pot income from property flex income generated from real estate. Plus, yes, you will get while the funds are held in vol, you will get all the vol rewards. Obviously, as we've said, that there's a war chest because we need to protect ourselves against blockchain and crypto volatility. So that will then, as soon as that's moved into the war chest, it's just in stables. That's safe, but you're not getting the rewards. And then, obviously, as we do the development, the funds are deployed into the real world, into fiat, and then into the real world, and then they come back. So you're not getting those rewards there, which is why I said that what we want to do is we want to draw down in tranches to leave as much money as possible, gaining those rewards and drawing down as little as we can in order to finish the project and that's why that'll all be done on payment schedules. So that's where the revenue. But yes, you will get the revenue at the end of it as well. So again, if we make $500,000 profit, that will be disseminated in the brackets that we've said it will be. So 100% transparency. Not all that 500,000 will be coming back to NFT holders. A small portion to keep the business alive and we keep it running, and a small portion, well, a decent portion to build that investment pot as well. But again, that investment pot is held in vol, so that means your fixed, your flex, and your power pool rewards will increase as well. So there you go. I hope that makes sense.
As we'll have very little overhead, but we will have some, and that's where that little bit will go into, guys. And we'll have to do some advertising, of course, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Of course,
and that's all going to be.
Yeah, sorry. And as I said to you before, because this is a real business and it's going to be a real corporate entity, then we will be having to have legal advice and obviously those people
pay professionals.
Absolutely, not necessarily employees, but they don't work for free. So therefore, those will be overheads that will be like accountants and things like that. So we do have to cover those bills.
Yeah, guys. Obviously, not everybody could join us tonight. Some people in different parts of the world, like Milky and TCL, and some people are sleeping right now. If you don't mind, please hit that like button so the algorithm pushes it out to those people so they can come back tomorrow and later on this week and learn about Property Flex. And after this thing ends, come back and leave a comment, guys. That also helps push the algorithm out. It'll push Property Flex out to more people. Hopefully get this out to the world because it's achieving what we all want, and that's bringing the real world and blockchain together. So guys, help us do just that.
It is. And I appreciate that. And definitely hit the like, subscribe. I don't care if you subscribe to me, but definitely subscribe to NR. And don't forget the Prysm Chain YouTube channel, guys, because we did talk about Prysm tonight. And we gave some, I wouldn't say we gave some alpha information, but we definitely gave some damning. Hell yeah, we did a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So just kind of a recap, guys.
If you bring Property Flex to Prysm, you're gonna get access to like 40 different IBC chains without bridges.
I think
and stuff,
that's. I'm not going to say it's a definite, obviously.
I think it's like 42 chains, 43 chains.
I'm not going to speak for the whole team, but I think there's a very good possibility there.
Yeah. Okay, bro. Okay.
Look at Milky like another light paper. Jesus Christ.
Try 40 light papers, bro.
40 light papers.
Right? There you go.
Big ideas, guys. And the beauty, what I love about this is that this opportunity is for the little guy. We're paying it forward.
So let me ask you this, Milky. Any potential, since you are a wealth of knowledge and you are in that space kind of educating people about real estate, could we possibly see a Milky YouTube channel?
No.
Giving us some real estate gems?
No, you can find him. You can find him on OnlyFans.
Okay.
You wouldn't. I know his handle. It's Iced Gem.
Iced Gem.
Milky knows.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, I know he knows. He was like, "Oh shit." Yeah. Hey, Milky, here's a question for you, brother. I don't know the answer to this one. This is from Monkey Girl MG. What you got? Hey, what's up, Monkey Girl? She's part of the TCL community, the Prysm community. So here we go.
Prysm or is that Pink Floyd down there?
That's Pink Floyd, but she doesn't know any better, bro.
Okay.
No, she knows. Actually, she knows. Man, I'm just joking. I love that Prysm, man.
So the ground rents. So properties with ground rents, it's a relatively small kind of income stream compared to the actual rental income as well. So if we do buy a property that's got ground rents coming in, which have been the regulations are being tightened up in the UK about ground rents and being astronomical and things like that because they have service charges for communal areas and things like that as well. So if the ground rents are there, that it's just an added extra, but it's not a strategy that I will be looking at purely to target those because it's not really worth the effort putting in trying to find these properties.
So if you get one bonus, but it's not something you're specifically
exactly, and then in the UK at least, because I think she's from the UK,
they're regulating it quite heavily, aren't they?
Yeah, they're starting to really regulate what they can and can't do. So it's not really something. It'd be peanuts for the amount of effort you're putting in. Really, when we're talking about deals the size of $500,000 to a couple of $1 million. So, but the answer is, if I wouldn't target it, but I wouldn't turn the money away.
What
Makes
is
sense.
ground rents? What does that mean?
So ground rent is basically if you have let's just say for argument's sake, you've changed something from an office block into residential. So you're in apartments. So each apartment, because there'll be a lease underneath, an overriding lease underneath, each apartment will pay a ground rent of maybe $1,000 a year or something.
We have those in Baltimore City, actually, Milky. So I'm familiar with ground rent. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. So it's basically you're just renting it off the overriding landowner, which owns the land that your apartment is on. That's it. Basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Ground,
And that's
not
basically
property.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. There's real estate like that. You rent the building, but the property is theirs.
Almost like Chris Cruz. You go and build on Chris Cruz's property that he owns. You're going to
Property
pay
right.
him rent in perpetuity, basically.
Or you can use the property right.
It's called residual income.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There it is. Here's another one for you, not Biz, or from Biz to Milky.
So holding the NFT and receiving VOL, we should still have. So you won't have to claim it yourself because obviously it'll be within one wallet. So the smart contract will be written that the smart contract, because it's a pool of cash, right? So the smart contract will be written so it claims the flex automatically, or the rebases, whatever you want to call that. The fixed. The flex will be a claim button daily. Obviously, if we can write a smart contract that automatically does it, but we'll be doing it per wallet, and there's only obviously one wallet for develop and one wallet for the income side of it. And the power pool again will go into that wallet. You don't have to do anything. Your NFT is only a receipt saying I have bought this on the blockchain. That's it. It's not the same as having a wallet, is it? So your NFT just says I own a specific amount of this, and therefore
It's a share.
Yeah, that's it. So you won't have to do any claiming yourself. It'll just automatically drop into your wallet.
You own one window in that skyscraper behind Milky there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Appreciate that, Safety Warrior. He says, I'm in this. It looks so great. We appreciate that. All the feedback, good or bad, guys, whatever. If we're saying something that you don't think will work, or maybe you have some insight
we're
that
still open to feedback as well. Sure.
And that's what makes great projects greater, right? Or good projects great is we're always open to listening to where maybe we don't have it buttoned up. So we appreciate all the feedback 100%. But
we appreciate staying up and jumping on here with us. And
TCL as well, man. You guys, we know it's super late for you guys, super early for you guys where you are across the pond there. But guys, we've been going for 2.5 hours. Unless you guys want to drop some more questions, I want to let these guys go because they actually got to get up and drink some tea in the morning.
And eat crumpets.
Yeah.
I'll tell Milky to put the kettle on, darling.
Just come in. We'll have a cuddle, can't we, Sam?
I'm just gonna come over now. That's how we do it in the UK.
Oh, man.
We wrestle with bears.
That's actually Russia, bro. Let's be honest.
Well, the U.S. bear is a slang term for something else, right?
Yeah.
That's
what I meant. That's what I meant. Wrestling bears.
Yeah.
I ain't gay. I wrestle with a fully grown man every night. Dirty water.
Balls Deep asks, so it's auto-claiming Vulcan each day. Therefore, you will never miss a claim, i.e. never miss a power pool.
Yeah, so I don't want to say, obviously, because we've not been given the code or anything for how we claim the flex and the power pool, but when I would like to say we could do it automatically, but if we can't, there will be somebody employed to press that button.
If not, somebody will automatically do it for you, whether it's our team or somebody that we pay or whatever it may be. Or
the easiest way to say it is the flex and the power pool rewards will be claimed by a member of the Property Flex team. Correct. That's it. And you as the NFT holder won't have to do anything because the smart contract will be written for them to be automatically put back into your wallet with the NFT.
Hire me for $10 million a month. It's all good.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good stuff, man.
That's cool though. That's really cool.
Well, I'm glad people seem to be receptive to it at least, because obviously when you have an idea and you put it out there, it's kind of daunting to see what the the general consensus is. So
yeah, but you got a good idea here, man.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
really, and it's been cultivated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's so
yeah.
straightforward. You got to put it at the bottom shelf where anybody can grab it. It's not like you're talking in mirrors and smoke. It's legit. It's just right there. It makes sense. It's easy.
And we did kick around price. I mean, when we first started talking, we were talking price points of like 1,000, 500, like Milky said, 300, 250. And we just, like he said, we literally on our call last week, we decided on $100, and it just made sense. And we all agreed. And yeah, man.
Well, I've already reallocated my weekly budget. There you go.
Yeah, and it does work too. You figure if you wanted to put $2,000 in, you just buy multiple NFTs. You buy 20 NFTs. I mean, it is what it is.
I like how you gave yourself thinking time. Then Anna, you said if you put $2,000 in, you're like, you buy multiple NFTs.
just making sure I didn't screw that one up. Yeah, that's simple math.
He did that without a calculator, guys.
Correct.
And
whiskey.
He doesn't need one. That's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. But again, guys.
Thanks for noticing, Milky.
we all noticed. It was in slow motion.
I'm
bro.
sure.
It wasn't as quick as you thought. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but hey guys, we really appreciate the questions, man. They're rolling in. And again, the last thing I'll say is go to propertyflex.io and click on that questions button at the bottom right-hand corner of that website. And you can submit your questions and they will be directed to Milky. If we didn't cover everything, really, if Milky didn't cover everything, because he's a
machine.
This is in his head. And he's got it on paper on purpose. So we're excited about this. We really are. But with that being said, guys, unless you guys got something else, I mean,
real quick here, I agree with Balls Deep. He said, y'all just gain so many investors if you can ensure auto claiming Vulcan each day instead of them missing out on daily gains in a power pool. I have to agree with him. People are going to say, not only am I going to get these rewards from Vulcan automatically, but I'm also going to gain from having this NFT and being a part of this real estate project. I can almost sit back and my Vulcan's being claimed on autopilot. Plus I get extra rewards and I'm part of a real estate project. It's kind of a no-brainer.
It is.
I agree, Balls Deep. Great point.
You can put your 2.5% in if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You could. Yep.
Yeah, man. Milky, you got anything to that you want to say to wrap up?
I'm just devastated I didn't get more coffee. I ran out like an hour ago. So
we got a final comment here, guys, from Mark Spittler. He says, thanks
yeah,
you guys.
But I took a long pause for my math, right? You took a pause reading, dude. Come on.
The screen's way over there. Hey man, I've actually had whiskey. What you had? What do you got, man?
Whiskey.
Oh shit.
I'm drinking
the moonlight didn't happen. Spell moon.
Fake.
Don't make it
F-A-K-E.
Spell NASA.
NASA. Yeah. Guys, we talked about this, TCL. You're not supposed to throw me off, bro. You and seven. Man.
Okay, I'll let you wrap up. Let me wrap up. But
anyways, Mark Spittler says, thanks. The reason why I paused, guys, I almost said Mark Spitter, so I had to pull it back, bro. I had to pull it back. So Mark Spitter, he says, thank you guys for great stuff. This is solid as hell. You could at least capitalize hell, bro. To, throw some oomph in that. But it's all good. I appreciate it. He says many good crypto projects got into trouble because they tried for all returns from crypto. The markets turned and they got in trouble. And you're right about that. This is why we looked at real estate. This is why Milky he sees the opportunity and he's bringing it to the blockchain. So I agree with you, man. Appreciate that, Mark.
Perfect
that's
marriage.
It is. And that's the type of feedback that we love to hear and we learn from. So thank you for that. We really appreciate it. But with that being said, guys, I think we've covered a lot. We covered some alpha news about Property Flex, guys. Be looking forward to the light paper, that's going to be out by this time tomorrow. I'm going to be pushing that out through our website. And for those of you that have submitted your email, you're going to be receiving some invites to our social medias here soon after that. So thank you guys. Continue to go to the site, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your significant others, whoever you want to tell, but this is the place to be, Property Flex. And we also talked about Prysm Chain, guys. We talked about we are a week out, guys, based on our developers from testnet. We're excited about that. We're not going to give a date, but we're super excited because thus far, based on what we've been working on for the last few months, this is happening, guys. So we're super excited about what's happening with Prysm Chain. TCL, do you want to throw anything out there for Prysm Chain that you're excited about?
I'm just excited to get my family back, so it's going to be here soon.
So in other words, guys,
it's the opposite of
He's
taken.
highly motivated. Highly motivated.
In other words, guys, I should probably play a picture, like a little quick, video of your family. They're all like in slow mo with sad music.
Well, I went shopping today, and I'm like Kevin out of Home Alone with the 2 shopping bags that like split on the pavement.
It's like, help us bring TCL's family back.
Yeah, for just three BUSD a month. TCL could see his family again and not spoon milky.
Help me 3 half Italian children. Or
yes. Bring back my my crossbred children.
I got crossbred as well, bro. Mine are Asian,
they're the best, aren't they?
They are, man. Mine are half Asian and half Hispanic. So you know how that's. So, anyways, guys, anybody got any last words before we cut this out? NR?
No.
I'm good, guys. Just, as always, your time is the most precious thing that you guys have. We appreciate you spending it here with us for all 2 hours and 40 minutes listening to us talk about Prysm and Property Flex. Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Appreciate
What
the
about
opportunity to bring it to you.
Peanut, what you got, man? We appreciate you leaving, coming back again,
man.
man.
I got a hall pass, man.
Yeah, you do, brother. You do.
No, my wife did a hall pass. She had to do something last minute, so we were going to.
No, you're all good, bro. But we appreciate you joining, man. So from what you've heard, give me one takeaway. What's or give me 2 takeaways. What do you think? Prysm Chain, Property Flex. What are you thinking?
Both I'm in, and I'm starting spreading the word with my clients. We talk crypto all the time. So
good to go, man. Good to go. Chris Cruz, who hasn't said one damn word, has the keys to the kingdom, hasn't cut me off the panel one time. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I was surprised, man.
Yeah, listen, I went light on you today, Crypto.
You did.
Because of the fact that you had 2 spectacular projects on here that I wanted to hear everything that they had to say. And I was thoroughly impressed. I am a huge fan.
Cool, man. Appreciate that.
TCL, and I'm a fan of Milky with this Property Flex, man. I'm in the tank. I'm looking forward to it. Is the white paper's coming out tomorrow? Yeah, you have like a
probably tonight or tomorrow. This time tomorrow, I would say 10 p.m. Central, but probably sooner. I'm going to be working on it soon after we get off this live. That's why I'm trying to shut the show up, bro. That's why I'm trying to wrap it up. But go ahead. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's fine, Kryptonian. We're getting towards the end of it. So
I know.
But I'm really looking forward to the white paper. I want to see
man.
some details, and I'm pretty
yeah.
excited. And
you're going to get 11 pages of detail.
11 pages. With the potato on it as TCL.
There's a potato.
Get some fridge magnets ready.
I have to do a little traveling tomorrow, so I'll enjoy.
You got something to read, man. You got something to read, or it could be read to you because technology today, Chris, is that your smart device, smartphone, tablet, whatever you're using. Can read it back to you. I'm just saying, because I know that
you could.
Oh no, he's going to print it off dot matrix printer.
Hey, TCL, you still have to set those up, man. Those freaking dot matrix.
I haven't done one of them since I was a child. I don't think.
We still have to. I still have companies that support that still have those things, man. Because of the government, manifest or whatever. The carbon copies, pink, yellow, red. Yeah. But all right, go ahead.
There's rental car by my house. When I rent a car sometimes and traveling, they like last year still had that.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, man.
They're a huge company.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Most people are doing digital signatures now.
Yeah, and, they're just on a legacy.
Windows 98.
Milky's, signing stuff on a blockchain.
Yeah, he's freaking NDAs on a blockchain. Remember the NDA that we signed on a blockchain? That's some cool ass shit, man. That's when I knew I was in the right place. Milky, last but not least, man, what do you got, brother? And first of all, I want to just thank you, Milky, for taking the time.
Yes.
You and TCO, because I know it's late for you guys, super early for you guys. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for dumping the knowledge. I know you've been wanting to talk about Property Flex since the inception of it. You've had your opportunity. We're going to talk many more times. Any last words for those that are going to be tuning in and have been tuned in?
I'd just like to thank everyone, obviously, for just listening, because we've been meaning to, or we've been talking about getting this kind of thing, this information out there, but we wanted to kind of keep things close to our chest. But the excitement got too much for everybody, I think, and we just like, we're doing it now. Everyone get ready. So I would value people's feedback, because obviously we want to make this the most solid project that we can possible. So if people think that we're doing something the wrong way, we're not going to take offense. We would like the feedback, critical feedback. Because Kryptonian, you know that you love a good saying, right? And I said to you, I did 10 years in code breaking, and I can't understand a shit word you're saying sometimes, because
you did.
it drives me crazy. There's an old man on a hill and he's waving a bird. He's like, okay, what does that mean?
He's talking about my damn euphemisms and quotes and shit that I was.
We know.
Yeah, it's like talking to a book, isn't it? Sometimes,
bro. Dude, okay, so look, guys. Yeah, I appreciate
what I'm saying is the feedback, the critique is more important than the praise sometimes, because I've never learned anything from somebody who agreed with me. So if you can disagree with me and tell me something or teach me something new, then I'm all for it. So
wisdom.
Like I said, take your time, have a read.
That's my next YouTube short right there. Thanks, Will.
Yeah. He needs to step up his spooning game. I'll tell him right now.
There you go.
It's like you're laying next to a book, right, TCL?
Nice.
That was good.
I finally got one on his ass.
That was a good one.
I probably won't get one for about 3 months, but at least I got one, right?
That was a really good one, dude.
Damn British humor. You're too damn quick-witted, bro. But
you say my battle script.
But I appreciate that, Milky. And my last words, I'll keep it quick, guys. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about 2 projects that we're absolutely positively excited about. We're just
passionate about, guys.
And passionate. Yeah. And we believe, belief is the enemy of knowing. You guys hear me say it all the time. And I believe in this because I know the timing is right. And this is time to make this stuff happen now, specifically with Prysm Chain, Property Flex. We're going to make this happen. We believe in this stuff, guys. So with all that being said, guys, we've been going for 2 hours and 47 minutes. We're not going to go 5 hours. Can't do that. I got to deliver damn light paper. Otherwise, TCL, I'm not going to give me shit. So everyone else. But with that being said, guys, I will see you guys on the blockchain.